Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Morphin Metacast. It's been about a month since the last episode, but how are you two gents doing today?
Guten Tag, mein Dude, and konnichiwa, my Fräuleins. Sorry to keep y'all waiting. Now, we promised you all that the next episode we were going to do would be B-Fighter, but some things have come up that we feel the need to take a quick special edition episode on.
Oh yeah, for sure. And
let's introduce our
guests, our lovely guests. Yeah, introduce yourself, sir, again, because it's the second time you've been on the show, actually.
Oh yeah. Hey y'all. My name is Sean Pryor. I'm a writer, author. I've written plenty of graphic novels, children's books, novellas. Many years ago I did a fan comic. I wrote a fan comic called Power Rangers Total Eclipse. And a few years after that, I wrote a exclusive story in Go-Go Power Rangers, the Go-Go Power Rangers exclusive hardcover, Volume 2. I wrote an 8 to 10 page short in that book, and I've been writing all types of stuff for like the last 16, 17 years, and I love Power Rangers and Super Sentai and Toku. So yes,
cool. I guess start with the good news and such. So this is kind of an announcement for people that probably don't know. So Walter Jones got announced to be he's going to be a guest at BlurCon this year, and that's actually going to be pretty dope. I think a lot of people have been wondering when that was actually going to happen, but it happened. I kind of didn't think that was actually going to happen because Hilton, he's been kind of coy about stuff, as you should, I guess, in those kind of situations. I mean, you're running a convention, so Walter Jones is going to be there, and Ahmad Best, Jar Jar Binks, he is actually going to be there too, which I'm actually happy because I've been loving his resurgence.
I'm always for him getting his roses. And did you see that Bandai is releasing not only the Jar Jar Binks SH fig arts, they're also releasing his Jedi from the Mandalorian as well.
We getting that?
I got to buy that. Back?
Yeah. Okay. I'm buying that.
I'm getting them both, so I'm all for it.
Yeah. Hey, look, I'm happy for it. I felt that was like him coming in as the Jedi in Mandalorian. I love that for him because it was like I felt he needed that kind of redemption, so to speak, because everybody gave him so much shit for Jar Jar. I feel it was just kind of like it wasn't on him for them to give him shit for it. It just was,
and it really wasn't. He was playing it as it was given to him, and that's what George wanted, more or less. Which is really also really strange to me because I know we hate to say this and hate to admit it, but a lot of kids really resonated with Jar Jar Binks.
But
I was in my office.
It was for kids.
I was in my office one day, and I overheard a young lady talking to another young lady about Star Wars, and she was like aghast that her colleague, her peer, had never seen Star Wars, and then she was talking. She was like, yeah, you definitely got to see the Phantom Menace. And she was like, oh man, I love Jar Jar Binks. There was a Pizza Hut where in my town, they had a giant Jar Jar Binks there, and I would beg my mom every week to take me there. And they were just talking. It was like, yeah. And then the girl asked her, well, what about the Disney Star Wars movies? And I shit y'all not. She stopped, looked this chick dead in her eye, and said, don't you ever talk about those movies. Don't you see those movies? Those movies don't exist. And I said,
oh my.
I will sit there and say this. Rise of Skywalker is probably the one that I could definitely understand people like, yo, fuck that movie. Totally get it. I ain't even going, there's nothing, I can't even debate that. It's like, yeah, once you start off with Palpatine is back somehow, it's like, you couldn't just give us like a quick flashback, like that's the line. But
I can't comment because I haven't seen it, and I will never see that movie. So I'll take y'all word for it.
I'll just put it this way: Bad Batch is doing so much of the back-breaking work to explain that shit that it's like, all right, cool. Like,
Bad Batch has, Mandalorian has, Ahsoka is, because like they never thought about the sidebar. They never thought about when they made that sequel trilogy. So what's going on with Ahsoka? Ahsoka should still be around, right? Maybe. Mandalorians should still be around, right? So now you got with Ahsoka. Ahsoka is like in another universe. Do not be surprised when it is all said and done that Ahsoka, the Mandalorians, all that stuff ends up over in that other universe.
Yeah,
and that will be the time frame.
Yeah. Yep, around the same time frame, and that will be the explanation as to why like they're not around when Force Awakens happens because they've been in that other universe for God knows whoever how long. Okay.
Yeah, I peeped game as soon as Rise of Skywalker, the dust settled on that movie. I was like, yeah, they're gonna use Mandalorian to kind of basically say, yeah, that happened, but it's a thing, but we're over here now and we're done. And I'm like, that's the smartest way to do it because you're
now call me old fashioned, CJ, but I feel like you shouldn't need to do that.
Look, I get it, but that's what happens when they ditched the director after the second movie and they were flying by the seat of their pants. It's like,
yeah,
sure,
like that, like man, like I'll put it to you like this: like I've watched.
Does it suck? You're right. It does suck. It should never be that way, but
like I've watched Star Wars movies again and again and again and again and again and again. Okay, like if they're on, I'll watch them. However, Rise of Skywalker though, went to see that at the movie theater, and then I watched it on Blu-ray when it came out. I've only watched it 2 times. I haven't watched it since. Like I have no desire, and it makes me sad because you know me, like I will watch Star Wars stuff. Rise of Skywalker though, like no.
Oh no, that is Thor: Dark World for me. It's background noise. If it's on TV, it's background noise. I'm just around and it's on, but that's the most you're gonna get out of me. I'm not engaging with it. It's noise. I might poke my head, like all right, and just keep it moving. That's where it's at.
My guys, I have seen The Phantom Menace more times than I've seen the last 3 Disney Star Wars movies.
This way.
Sorry.
I've seen Phantom Menace and I've seen Revenge of the Sith. Probably way more than Attack of the Clones. Attack of the Clones, I'm like, I don't hate it. It's just it happened kind of thing. I just wish it was more than the sum of its parts. But that's a different conversation for another day. But anyways,
we can talk about that. We
can have like a 3-hour podcast on Star Wars and ups and downs. Trust me.
Let me not just rotate my camera to the left here. We betting this. Let's stop. Let's just.
But yeah, Walter Jones, Ahmed Best. They're gonna be at BlurCon. It's gonna be great. I think there's still more announcements coming. So I just wanted to put that out there because I think a lot of people were very happy that Karen Ashley and Nakia Reese was there last year. So hey, more Power Rangers.
Bless up. Shouts out to you, my co-host, for that interview you did with them.
Yeah, it was actually great. I got a lot of good feedback from a lot of folks that enjoyed that whole conversation. So it was pretty great.
And Walter's a really good grace. He was at a con in my area who's really good, really lively. He knows how to control the room, how to a lot of energy, good MC. So should be a fun time.
Yeah. Folks gonna be disappointed. No,
trust me, if I get a chance to talk to him, I'm definitely gonna be like, so Walter, I know you very much know how to take jokes. Because there's a couple of real quick. There was a couple of IG pictures that he put up and then deleted, and there was one where somebody did the mark on his hairline and he put it up, and then 10 minutes later it was gone. I was like, whoa, time out. What happened here? And I don't know whether the comment section on the IG went nuts or what. And I was like, okay, so Walter knows.
Yes.
Clearly. He has to.
Oh, yes.
He has to know. This is a small community. He has to know, bro.
Yes.
You're right. It is a small community. You are right. So yeah, good news. We're getting Mobile Cop G-Bond.
Nice.
Yeah. Discotheque is keeping the party going with these releases, and so it looks like we're definitely going to get B-Fighter and all that stuff coming after this. You can't tell me that it's not coming. It feels like it's coming.
I will say it gives me pause though, because they skipped Charivan and went straight to G-Bond, so that might lead me to wonder: was there a licensing issue where you could not go complete the Space Sheriff trilogy? What's going on there?
Oh no, I think they will. I think they will, depending on how sales go with the Space Sheriff series stuff. But it's one thing of it's like, okay, let's just shake it up a little bit and give folks something they weren't expecting, because I wasn't expecting Jabon to come through.
Oh no, hell no! That was like
I would expect Jan person. I would have expected Jan person before Jabon. I would have expected Winspector before Jabon.
Yeah, actually, I thought Winspector was going to be the next one, honestly, because the whole episodes is up on the Toku YouTube channel. So I was like, oh, wing specters are gonna probably be next.
I'm not gonna lie, I would have expected XC draft before fucking Jabon. So
I mean, you're probably right. They probably were like, hey, unexpected, boom, Jabon, and you're like,
curveball, let's go.
All right, cool, sure. Hey, look, who am I to be complaining about discotheque releases? It's like, hey, look, I'll buy it.
Oh yeah, they've come through. They provide.
Good problem to have.
The price is right. You got me. Also, we're actually getting the Kamen Rider J and the other Kamen Riders from companies putting them out. Damn.
Media Blasters.
Media Blasters. Oh, yes.
Has finally provided. Am I there? Am I back?
You're good now. You're good now.
We live.
You're good now.
All right. So Media Blasters has finally provided some more information on their Shin, ZO, and J box set. And before I go on more, like the YouTube video where old boy from Media Blasters, his pronunciations was killing me. It was.
I didn't watch it.
Each time a dagger through my heart. And I was like, you know what? He doesn't know. It's fine. It's fine. But there's nothing common about Kamen Rider. So it was announced back. It was announced back in 2021. No, he's fine. He's fine. Announced back in 2021. And so the issue was too long, didn't read. Toei on Toei. So it got shuffled around due to some licensing issues. But the transfers for the movies look great. And the only thing that was holding it up really was they got to do a new transfer for Kamen Rider World, which is going to include it. And for those who don't know, Kamen Rider World was a short, I think, 20-30 minute movie, which was ZO and J fighting Shadow Moon. So awesome. It's going to have that. It's going to be strictly a box set. So they're trying to figure out what that's going to look like and what that's going to entail. And I'm paraphrasing from the video, and I'm going off memory, so please forgive me. And they're going to sometime down the line probably do cheaper standard standalone issues of the movie. But right now they are shooting for doing them as a box set. They should be coming out pretty soon because they said they want to see a return on the investment because the movies were not cheap. Their words, not mine. And they are still going to do the first and the next. And they're looking for the first and the next to come out towards the end of the year, maybe sometime at some point around Christmas. So they expect this year to be the year of Kamen Rider.
That is excellent because I can actually see. I want to know if they're going to add any extra for the first and next for the set.
And I don't know for the first and the next, but they did say that the box set for the 90s movies is going to be pretty bare bones because again, Toei was playing hardball with the money, so it wasn't a cheap acquisition for them. So he basically said like, "You're getting Kamen Rider World, shut the fuck up." Like that's basically what he said. Like. He was like, so we're the first studio to ever announce it out. He said, we're the first studio to get World outside of Japan. Like, we are licensing. We're doing a brand new transfer for it. So y'all better take this shit and be happy.
So for those that don't know, Mass Rider used ZO and J for footage for Mass Rider. And it was blatantly obvious which, I think the first 2 episodes or the first episode, they used ZO and J for like the monster fight footage. And they try to splice it with the American thing, and it was very janky. Like Power Rangers is janky, but at least there's a measure of like the transition at least works, right? But this ZOJ and like Black RX stuff, it was a mess.
And I don't want to be and I don't want to be Mr. Revisionist History or backseat TV show making over here, but I feel like there could have been a better way to do that.
I feel it was. It's just I think from what I remember. And I think Toy Galaxy said it was like when they got Mass Rider, they had to package it with Black RX, ZO, and J for them to actually use the footage. It was like a package deal kind of situation, which I'm like you're right. There had to be a better way for it to work. Like maybe do a flashback using ZO and J is like something. Because
I mean anything than what you did. Like
I felt you had a lot of Black RX footage in those 50 episodes to use for Mass Rider that you didn't really need to use ZO and J. Like that's just me, but
And you were already let me not because that shows how old. It's not even thinking about what ifs. That's not even worth anything, bro.
I know. Look. Hey, look.
What's done is done.
With the inevitable moment, whoever decides to put Mass Rider on DVD, God bless. Because
I don't think that's ever gonna happen.
You don't think it's gonna happen?
No. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say we'll probably get Dragon Knight before Mass Rider.
Hey, look, I'll watch Dragon Knight again over Mass Rider any day of the week.
If Master Rider actually has like a real fan base, I've never seen it. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong. It's just like, yo, I'll just take this common Rider and call it a day.
I mean, for the show at the time it came out. I was
there's that one Furby stand. There's that one Furby stand in the comments typing really madly right now, like, you sons of bitches.
Hey, I mean, the show is just
ever.
In the tier of what Saban was putting out. Mass Rider's at the bottom. Like, VR Troopers was great. Mystic Knights was great. Expensive as shit, but I appreciate the ambition that Saban did for those 2 seasons before they realized it's too much money. But I appreciate that. Like, it's like, all right, you did something cool, but it is what it is. I put Beetleborgs. Beetleborgs is probably up there, like Power Rangers and then Beetleborgs, VR Troopers, Mystic Knights, and then like Mass Rider is like at the bottom. Like Mass Rider only gets it for me when they did the crossover with Power Rangers. That was like the high point.
Well, yeah. Well, see, but the thing is with that, like, it set up Mass Rider, and people thought, oh man, this Mass Rider dude is gonna be dope. And like it set it up so well, and then you get the series, and it's just like, oh yeah, we just rewrote everything. This is just supposed to be.
It was a 180. It was a 180. It was like
it was too silly. It was too silly. So like when you get the fight, when you get the actual fights, it's like watching an episode of regular show. Like it's it's everything but that. Like, because you got like this bizarre, like different stroke sitcom with an alien Furbus, and then you have Kamen Rider.
Yeah,
and it doesn't mesh. No.
Like, I would take it if it was like the family minus Furbus, it could have worked in a way, because that would be kind of like typical Kamen Rider. You have the human element and then boom, the fighting. It's like cool. But when you add Furbus in there and it's like wacky hijinks, and it's like, this ain't really no, this isn't. Beetleborgs got away with it because you had the, they did their version of the Universal Monsters and that, and it's like, okay, that actually worked. How cool, but nah, So, but I'm actually happy for them doing that 3 set for ZOJ and that. I definitely, because I actually haven't seen. Funny enough, I haven't really seen those since the Sega CD days when they made them as video games.
Yes.
Yeah, they made them as like FMV video games where you had to press the arrow button to go through it.
I'm gonna say ZO is peak entertainment, bro.
No, it is. Like I said, just what little I've seen of it, I was like, this is actually pretty dope. And you forget that was during that era where there was like no Kamen Rider during that 10-year gap except for those 3. And it's like, wow, I forgot that was a moment. That was indeed a moment.
And I don't know, maybe it's just me, but also when I saw that news and I just think about the state that the Shin suit is in, where it's like literally deteriorating. The last time we saw it,
all the suits are, sir.
Man, not as bad as Shin, bro. Shin got it bad, bro. Like
that bad? Is it that bad?
What was it? What was it? A superhero? What was the last time we saw him? Was Superhero Zenki, where they couldn't even have
Tyson
a stunt
Z
actor. They couldn't have a stunt actor in the suit because the suit had deteriorated that badly. They just had like a stand-in in it. It was bad. It's bad, bro.
Wow. They couldn't just make a suit on the fly, like just.
I guess it's a spell. I mean, you could see the orange form, Bo. I was like, I had a single tear in my eye. I was like, oh no, not Shin.
That's how they're working on a shoestring budget. It's like, we don't even got enough money to redo the suit. Like, you just gonna have to just take it for what it is. Like,
we put some super glue on this. Hopefully, it'll hold up.
Pretty much. Hey, they try to make it work, and hey, like Prime said, you just like RIP, man. RIP. Somewhere somebody is remaking that suit for a cosplay, and hopefully Toei contracts them and gets that suit. But it is what it is. So Gridman is getting a figure art.
I say, that shit looks lovely.
Yes, it looks great.
Yeah. I'm digging it. I might have to put that on the docket for PayPal and 4 easily for that. For sure.
Hey,
the pre-order goes Baby Dan Dan.
They're also doing a figure art for Bun Red.
Ooh. He just went up today. I got my pre-order in.
Oh, how much is it?
I don't remember.
Oh, okay, hey, look, I
I
probably
saw one.
didn't.
I saw one site. It was like 76, but it might be cheaper somewhere else.
That sounds about right. Is it premium Bandai or is it just?
It wasn't premium
Standard.
Bandai.
Standard.
Okay, I just go to Collectibles in and just see what they got because I actually ended
Hmm.
up getting this bad boy.
Oh,
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, I actually ended up finally getting the Memorial Edition because I like Deca Ranger. That's
yes.
probably one of my fave series easily. Speaking
You
of
mean
which,
the propaganda?
Hey, look. Sometimes propaganda can be great. Sometimes it can be great.
Hey man,
Don't say
and
this.
like,
They're gonna sound bite you and take
Hey,
your ass to the
look,
content.
everybody in here watches Law and Order SVU. They love Ice-T. Nah, I don't want to hear it. Nah. Everybody low key loves some propaganda stuff.
and sometimes Disney participates in the propaganda by making sure that Doggy Kruger has the dopest costume and mask and expressive facial features of all time. Like,
yeah,
they went all in. The moment I saw Doggy Kruger show up on that show, and he's talking, like he is talking, and that mouth is moving, those eyebrows are raising.
That was some vintage Jim Henson stuff. I was like,
Yes.
oh, y'all throwing money behind this shit.
Yeah, it's
all right.
We have the resources. We bought this, right? All right, come on.
Unlike
Go
a
get
certain,
it. Call up dancing group.
unlike a certain company that
And then they went, oh shit, we got
Money,
a Sixth Ranger. They went, oh shit, we got a Sixth Ranger. No
Don't
actor
hire
for
an
him.
actor.
All right,
No actor.
we're good on that.
No actor to the last episode. Gotta save some money somehow.
We'll get a stunt actor for that. Put him in the jacket. We're good.
That was a weird choice. That was a weird choice.
That was a choice that they made. That happened.
Yeah,
that happened.
But this is the one that had, I think, all of us like, oh, I gotta buy it. Oh, this is bought. This is bought.
Oh yeah, this is getting copped. Yes,
it's copped immediately.
Did you see the number of hands they come with,
bro? Right, that's more hands than even figure arts ever.
Wild shit.
It's like they came up with so many hands for different forms. Like, hey, we're gonna give you so many options. It's gonna make your head spin.
Like, I never thought I would see a Jakku in a big one set. I never thought I would.
I thought they were going to give us individuals, but they were like, no, you get the full set. Like, I'm like,
right.
It's incredible. Like, these are definitely getting copped, and y'all are right. Like, the amount of hands they give for each of these and accessories for the price, like.
I mean, the line itself has done good in giving you so many accessories, because I think the one they did for Go-Go V had like pretty much every weapon option and stuff on there. It didn't have a lot of hands compared to this, but like they've been doing pretty good on giving you a lot of options on these, especially for the price. So it's worth it.
Yes,
it is 100% worth it. I'm just, hey, look, but also, I think the new Ultraman for Netflix, I think they're doing a preview of it. What festival are they doing it for? There's a festival coming up and they're showing it. And I think some people got early, like kind of early clips of it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Netflix got another Ultraman banger on their hands, apparently, according to a lot of early kind of like impressions. And I'm like, okay, shit. All right. So I'm here for it. I'm here for it, I knew some people were complaining, like, "Oh, why is Ultraman talking?" I think me and you probably talked about that. Like, people were talking about, like, why is he talking this much while he's large? And I'm like, that's Ultraman. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like,
depends on the Ultraman. I don't know what to tell you, dog.
It's like I have no explanation. Just watch the show, enjoy it. Like, come on.
Speaking of Ultraman, I got the opportunity to watch Shin Ultraman last week for the first time, because somebody decided on one of their YouTube channels. They had uploaded the movie 2 months ago with the English dub, and I watched it, and like, I did not leave my seat. I did not look at my phone. Man, I loved everything about that movie, dog. Everything.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
Hopefully you folks go check out the new Gundam Seed movie that's coming out next week, because I might actually watch it for shits and giggles. Fuck it. Like, why not? Because
I'm going to go, because I'm a Cosmic Era apologist. So, it is what it is.
Well, both of us, I think all three of us can say we are. There's a measure of that. Like, we all love Jesus Yamato. It just is what it is. Like,
Look, I'm sorry. I the Freedom Gundam. I fucks with the Freedom. I'm sorry. I can't. I'm sorry. The Destiny is hands down one of my favorite mobile suits. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Like, in the world of Gunpla, it is amazing to me that Bandai kicks up on the seed line of suits in every which way. And I didn't realize it until I really did research. I'm like, yo, the seed line really does have a shit ton of like Gunpla more than any other series, pretty much. And I'm like, wow.
Those
crazy.
pretty boys saved the line, bro. I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, I love the suit designs. I love it. I was just like, wow, that is shocking. I honestly didn't know that.
The Jin and the Guays are hot sex. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. Oh, somebody said it. This year is Power Rangers Down Thunder is 20 years old. Yes, it is indeed 20 years old. God, I feel old now. I really feel old. Yeah.
Wow.
20 years ago. So this is like 2004. Yeah, I was first year in the Air Force when Donald Thunder dropped. And my goofy ass was waking up Saturday morning because I got to see Tommy. And what happened? Tommy spin like roundhouse kicked a dinosaur. And I was like, I'm in. I'm a kid now. Fuck, come on.
Man, kicked the T-Rex and nothing was ever the same. Like,
none of us budged on it. We didn't even sit there and say, this is stupid. We were like, that's Tommy. Of course he's going to.
No, we went, yeah, this is stupid. Hell yeah, let's keep it going.
That's right. Like, he literally, like, he kicked that Tyrannosaurus Rex like it was Jason.
The amount of memes that came out on message boards and stuff from that was bar none hilarious. Because there were people on message boards that was like, I haven't seen Power Rangers this turbo. So Tommy is just roundhouse kicking dinosaurs, right? I was like, it is what it is, dog. I don't know what to tell you, man.
Price of admission, I don't know what to tell you.
That's how you know Disney was invested. It was like, hey, JDF, do whatever you want. You want to kick a dinosaur? Go for it. We don't care. You're bringing in the youths. Just bring them in. Just bring them in.
Yeah, like that got the old fans and new fans like all together. They expanded the audience so much, man. Like
much like Doggy Kruger. Mesagog was probably one of the best visual villains easily.
Yes.
Like that shocked the hell out of me. I was like, that's actually really good makeup. Yeah, holy shit! Like this is really good.
Look what they can accomplish when they actually try and care.
Mm-hmm. Especially when you look back on it, Disney didn't care. They just said, do what you want. And then, as we said, they saw the fucking bill for RPM. It was like, whoa, how much? Oh no, we're not doing this.
Which is wild because it still wasn't that expensive compared to some of the other stuff that they were producing.
That's crazy too. This is like they really saw that count. They saw the money for RPM and said, whoa, how much we're spending? And I'm like,
how much pyrotechnics? You did what on what set? Oh hell no.
No. You
get his ass out of there.
Yeah, man. Like that is a solid show. It's a fantastic show. I love RPM. And like the thing is that, but like also it's that thing of during that period of time, like you could tell Disney was trying to get out of the Power Ranger business, like at this period of time, because one, RPM was hard to find. Like, it was hard to find, like whether it was like Disney Channel or Disney XD.
It was Disney XD before they threw it online. I think they threw the last couple episodes online.
And see, it
aired on ABC Kids. Or at least
yeah.
Oh, okay,
okay.
I forgot about ABC Kids.
But it depended on where you live because, see, it was like the next to last show on the ABC Kids lineup. So if you lived on the East Coast, college football was going to play.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was sports that really kind of overshadowed like that happening. So I had to go online to find it.
So ABC Sports would hit. And so we didn't get it. Like we didn't get it out here in Eastern Standard Time. It just didn't happen. And like there was no like, oh, okay, well we'll just play it at 6:30 in the morning on Saturday. Like that didn't happen either because that's what used to happen. If you knew something was going to get pushed back, you just moved it to a different time that same day, and they never did that. And so I was just like, man, I'm like, y'all really think this Aaron Stone show's got wheels, huh? Okay, have fun with that.
Hey, look, I'm patiently awaiting Godzilla -1 to hit Blu-ray so I can buy it because That's all I am. I asked Eris about this. I was like, it's kind of BS that we gotta wait here in America for Godzilla -1 to hit streaming. He's like, yeah, no, Japan is very. So basically, what he told me was they kind of delayed Godzilla -1 releasing over here in terms of like streaming and DVDs because they don't like having two Godzilla things happening at the same time. So like Godzilla Kong dropped, they didn't want to drop like the streaming or anything with Godzilla -1 in America while Godzilla Kong is happening at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I get it because you don't want to like kneecap one to boost up the other because
that kind of makes me a little angry right now because right now in Japan there's a festival where they're playing both of those movies back to back.
What?
Yes, there is. So
oh my God! Are you? Wow. So yeah, probably no excuse for.
There is none. No, there's not.
I just feel at that point they're just coming up with a bullshit lie that if that's the case, like yeah, we just didn't feel like doing it then. If that's the case, which I'll accept. I get it. You don't feel like doing it, but I'm waiting for that Blu-ray. Just drop it on Netflix or whatever. Just one because I want to see -1 again. I love it.
Yes.
Love it a lot. Did y'all watch Godzilla Kong New Empire?
I did.
I haven't watched it yet, but you can go ahead and spoil it for me. It's okay.
Thoughts, Brian?
Nothing to spoil. Before I go any further, I want to say happy birthday to Tomoyuki Tanaka, the mastermind producer who's considered the father of Godzilla. It's his birthday today, so big up to you, homie.
Cool.
And so my thoughts on Kong versus Godzilla. So I think I said this on the episode before when I said I saw the trailer for that after I had just seen -1.
Yeah.
And it was like I just ate a filet mignon dinner and just had a McDonald's cheeseburger put in front of me afterwards. That's what it felt like.
I think you said that in a good way. Like, nah, that's cool.
Right. And so I went to go see the movie, and I say this with no hyperbole. It has to be one of the dumbest fucking movies I've ever seen in my life, and I fucking loved every second of it.
That's exactly how all three of us were in the theater for that movie. Like, this is stupid, but god damn it, keep it going.
What's up? And I gotta say, shouts out to God on site Zilla, because he was about his business that whole movie, bro. That whole movie was like, if I see that goddamn monkey,
I don't care who you are, orange, black, you catching fades.
And poor Tiamat was like, bro, I was in the house. I wasn't even doing shit. What the fuck, dog?
I got enslaved. What the fuck, man?
No, that I heard about the one in the North Pole when he went.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah, he like, motherfucker, I was in the house. Like, what the fuck? I wasn't even doing nothing. You knocked on my door. What the fuck, bro?
So somebody tweeted Godzilla X Kong open in Japan. Here are my favorite reactions from Japanese audiences, translated for better or worse by Google. Woo! Godzilla X Kong is a movie that seems like it was made by some idiots drinking and getting excited late at night, and I was laughing the whole time. It's the best. Everybody's stupid. I watched Godzilla vs. Kong 2. It was a silly movie made by an idiot, and it was very good. I saw Godzilla versus.
These are good.
That's accurate. Those are accurate statements. Yeah.
I saw Godzilla versus Kong: The New Empire, and it was so crazy. About half the story is in a language other than human, so it tests your imagination. It's about 5 times dumber than I thought it would be, and I was forced to cheer up. Thank you. It's not like I'm crazy.
Accurate summation. I agree. Yeah.
Did y'all see the trailer for Ultraman Arc?
No.
I did. So I feel a way about that suit, and that's unfortunate because like the camera angles they were choosing for promotional shots, whereas we're not doing that suit any favors at all.
It really did.
But when you see the suit in motion, it doesn't look that bad.
I like the design of it a bit.
It's just
a
like
little bit getting used to.
Just don't film it straight on. Like they keep doing like these static shots where you're seeing it straight on, so the angles look all off with his fucking head fin and shit. It just looks weird, but when he's in motion, he looks great.
I think it's amazing to me that like Ultraman has, their Supro's like international like reach for Ultraman has hit the point to where everybody, especially in America, is like, oh, Ultraman, let me check this out now. Like it's a normal thing now. It's not just what's this weird Japanese thing. It's like, oh, it's Ultraman. Cool, I'll check it out.
Do you see what happens when you make your product accessible?
Yeah.
This is
Oh,
true.
I'm sorry. Did I say that out loud? I'm sorry. Was that? I'm sorry.
Toei might shut the stream down because you actually are calling them out on this. You know that, right?
Like Toei will shut down their own streams.
Oh yeah. Me and
That's
Prime,
true.
like
That is true.
2 years ago during COVID, when me and Prime were podcasting, their Toei official channel got copyright strike by Toei. It's like, so you copyright stroke yourself on your
Toei
channel.
going Toei, man. That's
They
one
cleaned
of
it
the
up.
constants of life.
It took them half a year to finally clean it up, but it's like either the YouTube system is broken or Toei just didn't really think about this when they put that channel up officially. It's just weird.
Yeah.
They just
So,
trigger happy. That's all they could be.
So have you been catching up with Blazar? Because I'm actually going to probably catch up on it this weekend.
Yeah, Blazar ended, had a really strong finale. I thought we talked about that, where it's like
I think we were talking about how people felt it was very
there's subtext. I thought the finale was really strong because there's subtext, then there's the bullshit they did.
Okay, all right.
Like,
I think
not subtle,
we were saying
not
that,
subtle at all. Like they.
All right, cool. Yeah, look, I'll definitely,
definitely check it out.
I'll probably watch the whole thing this weekend and give my thoughts after I watch it, because I think I basically did what you did. I kind of blame you a little bit, Prime, for that, is stocking up episodes and like, yeah, I'll watch it eventually, because I was doing the week for week thing, and that's just life happened.
Couldn't do it no more. Couldn't do it no more, bro.
So trust me,
I'm stacking up on. I'm sorry, what's up?
No. I had just also finished King Oger.
Your thoughts?
Ambitious. I will give the show this. It's ambitious.
That's a good way to put it.
I didn't realize they were using the same technology that the Mandalorian was doing with the screen and stuff. Because I just thought it was just a flat green screen.
Volume.
Yeah, they use the screen CG for the scenes and stuff. And I was like, that actually makes sense for a lot of the scenes where they're in the throne room and it's like background and stuff, because it actually looked good in those instances. There were other scenes where it's like, looks a little fake, but it ain't taking me out of it. But it definitely feels off. But yeah, the show overall was very ambitious, especially the second half when they went into space and they're dealing with that. I actually like the idea of this big, like, this whole world building that they were doing with the different kingdoms and all the characters' backstories and such. It was actually pretty good, especially with, like, I think one of the characters was it half how the hell did I blank out on those creatures?
Bugnark?
Yeah, he was half Bugnark, half human, and that whole angle, because he was the Sixth Ranger. And I actually kind of like that angle on it and stuff. So yeah, overall, it's ambitious. It ain't perfect, but it's definitely ambitious for sure. I actually did enjoy it.
Hey. The show has big, sexy racks. 10 out of 10 show.
Oh, no. Hey, look, overall I enjoy it. It's ambitious. It has its flaws, but those flaws didn't like kill it for me. Like, oh, I hate the show. It's like, no, I can work with it. It is what it is. So, but I feel it's a good transition. I feel once Power Rangers in America went the way it went, it's like Toei say, fuck it, let's just go crazy.
Yeah.
Especially with Boom Boonger, like they just said, fuck it, we're just gonna just go crazy with it, because they're not gonna adapt this shit. Let's just go crazy with it. And I like it. I gotta say, I like their ambition in doing some crazy out there stuff. And you notice that a lot of people are taking all this stuff to varying degrees of, oh, I like this season, but I didn't really dig this season, but I didn't hate it. You can see that they're definitely like toying around with different ideas and just letting it just go the way it goes. So
I love those designs. Those suit designs are fantastic. Like,
they are amazing.
I always love it when like Super Sentai just does these challenging designs to where it's just like, yo, no one would expect this. Nobody. Nobody would expect this, and pulled it off and made it work. You know what I mean? So I think it's great. Like I've watched like 2 episodes. I watched 2 episodes and I was like, yeah, this Like
somebody said it best
it's
that
fun.
it's like they purposely went out their way because like when you get like when they do the Super Sentai team, especially with the all reds, and you do the all Red Ranger lineups, Boom Red definitely stands out way more than the other Red Rangers. Like,
Yep.
and that's
You know,
probably
I'm
on
gonna
purpose.
be honest. I disagree because there are other
Really?
Reds that stand out just as much as he will. There's fucking
Ooh.
Battle Japan. There's
Okay, yeah,
Zen
yeah.
Kaiser. There's
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting about that. I keep forgetting about
there's
Zenkaiser.
Boken. There's Boken Red. So like he's not alone. He's not there's a lot of individuality in their group shot when they finally do it.
I keep forgetting about like the early ones and Zenkaiser because that Zenkaiser is another one. I need to rewatch it again because I think it just kind of went by in a blur for me, and maybe it's because I was watching it week to week. So I probably need to go back and just actually rewatch that whole series again, just so I can kind of get a summation of it and stuff. I just watched it week to week, and I was like, that was cool, and then I just moved on and didn't even really put any thought on it and stuff on it. Um, so yeah, if you see the title card of this show on YouTube, things happened in the world of Power Rangers.
Just small things, nothing major.
Yeah.
So do you want to start with the Playmates thing, or do you want to start with the Hasbro quarterly meeting thing? Or you just
Let's
want to
start
go
with the
Playmates?
Boom Studios comics.
Yeah. So Boom Studios, they're actually they're winding down on their 8 years of MMPR. I don't think this means that they're done with Power Ranger comics, but
No, they're not. They're not.
but in terms of the MMPR stuff, they're pretty much like this is it.
Yeah, so what that translates to me when they say this is the end of their quotes current run of comics. So what that says to me is that they're done using Power Ranger suits as we know it, and they're probably gonna do some goofy ass shit where they're gonna reboot and do their OC donut steel suits. And you know what? I wish you success. Have fun with that shit. I ain't reading it.
No, I think Rolliver said a good thing. He said he had a point. He said he feels that they're going to lean towards a sort of universe aspect to where we're going to see some of the other seasons and they're going to kind of do some stories that kind of combine everything, which I'm like, all right,
They
I'm
are going
curious
to
on how that's going to work, but
they're gonna do a Ultimate style universe, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers fucking reboot, and they're gonna do some shit where they're gonna make Tommy twin boys and girl, and they're gonna be the White Ranger and the Green Ranger. I see your moves, Boom. I know the shit you're gonna fucking do. I know you. I know you, Boom. I've seen your tricks.
The thing that gets me is like they already said around San Diego Comic-Con they're gonna be making a bunch of announcements and showing a bunch of like new things. So they're like Power Rangers isn't leaving. It's just that this series is ending. And my whole thing is that like they had some standalone graphic novels, dealing with other teams. Okay,
which to varying
but
degrees of
and like
quality.
Quality.
yeah.
Yeah.
My whole thing was this. It's like, yo, if you want people to get interested in other squads, or if you're that scared that people won't buy like a book with other squads in it, just make an anthology series, an actual anthology series. Like Power Rangers Legacy was right there.
Yeah, you're right. Legacy. I keep forgetting about that.
It was right there. Just could have called it Power Rangers Legacy and literally done like 2-3 issue story arcs with multiple with random teams, every 2 or 3 issues, do a special team up issue, and then just keep it moving. And then that way you're introducing all these different teams.
Yeah.
Or if your feet were that cold, you could do fucking Batman the Brave and the Bold style where you have an MMPR Ranger meeting another Ranger team doing some random one-off mission or some shit.
Team ups, which is like a easy tee up and layup,
Yeah. So like there's ways to do it, but at the same time, like, it could be Hasbro's like, no. Just do the dinosaurs. Just do the dinosaurs. We'll allow Dracon and a couple other things, but just do the dinosaurs. Possibly. Because like that's the whole thing in this relationship between Hasbro, Saban Hasbro, and Boom. Like, who's like the issue is who's to say who said what was going to get done?
Yeah.
And and like, or this is what we feel is acceptable. This is what we don't feel is acceptable. And so like it leads like to so much like weird stuff. And like my whole thing is this. It's like, yo, Power Rangers as a whole been around for 30 years, and you mean to tell me y'all can't let go of MMPR? Like, there's a reason, like after like 3 seasons of MMPR, it was a different squad every single year, period. Because they always want to introduce new toys.
Revitalize.
Yeah, and new toys, new actors, who always kept it fresh, and then like even they did reunion movies, like not reunion movies, but reunion episodes, like Saban did. Disney would do a team up and a reunion, and a reunion episode, and like and there was just value put behind it. Not saying that everybody was taken care of. Oh, yeah. That's a whole other story.
Oh yeah, that's the business side. I think every person has talked about their side on the business side of it and stuff. So that's it's a mess. But you're right, because I mean, that's one of the issues that's been coming up with Hasbro. Because Hasbro put out a quarterly. Let me bring this up, because this is where it got funny. This is where I think everybody was like, really? Like, this is what we're doing?
If there are children in the room under a certain threshold, please leave, because I'm about to be cursed. I'm about to start cursing.
Okay. Hold up. Actually, I think I know where it's at. There it is. Because they put out a quarterly. Now, these quarterly things are things that every business does. Just as an example, Disney recently did a quarterly there was an article about their quarterly thing where I think that's where they talked. I think Iger had talked about how they needed to kind of scale down on their releases because, they're putting out so much stuff and it's affecting the quality of what they're doing and stuff. But you get these things because it's kind of a summation of where are we at as a company at this point and what can we do going forward kind of thing, just a summation of that. So Hasbro did this, and CEO Chris Cox took over as CEO of the company because who was the previous guy before him?
Brandon Golden in 2021.
Yeah,
7-year battle with cancer.
Yeah, he died with cancer.
And Christian P. Cox, you gotta say his whole name like a Tribe Called Quest. Christian P. Cox. And it's got to stand for Percy, Perry, Prick. What is that? Anyway, go ahead.
All right, so he commented on the Power Rangers line, did not meet the profit margins threshold, and chose to outsource it. Where is it at?
Let me turn off my
there it is. You talked about the traction from Littlest Pet Shop license. You also talked about the deal for Power Rangers. Does the early success that you're seeing with some of the licensing decisions change how you're thinking about the need to own versus license for some of these CP brands going forward? Cox. I think it's validating that we made the right choice. 2 years ago, we outlined that our selection criteria would be basically we can generate $50 million in revenue at 10% OP, and we can grow at $100 million or more revenue at 15% OP on a line. We've chosen a line to outsource that we don't think meet those thresholds.
Okay.
Yeah.
May I real quick?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Listen, when I'm about to talk about Saban, and like I don't care about Saban as a person. I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: when Saban had Power Rangers, he knew everything ran through the toys. Okay. Yeah. So no matter what happened, but he made sure the relationship with Bandai was straight, and they generated over $200 million in sales. Almost every single year, Saban had the brand. Okay.
Oh shit!
Every year,
I didn't know it was 200 million.
Yeah, upwards to 200 million every single year. Wow. Now, granted, we don't know what the operating costs were.
Yeah,
but here's the thing: Power Rangers was also between a top 10, top 15 selling toy every single year during the Saban run and the Disney run. Okay?
Oh yeah, especially Disney run. I remember they were selling like hotcakes.
Yes,
during that time.
So constant seller, right? So then when Saban buys it back from Disney for pennies on the dollar, the toy sales, once again, relationship with Bandai, everything's good. Toy sales move. Even during the controversial stuff during Megaforce, Super Megaforce, when they, shoehorned Gokaiger in there and made smaller morphers and stuff like that and smaller keys
still sold.
Still sold.
Sold out Toys R Us.
Stuff still sold. Now, I know the toy market has changed because venture capitalists destroy Toys R Us. I understand that. Okay. So we had a complete shift in the paradigm. So we're more reliant on department stores, specialty, small toy stores, and online shopping. Okay. That's so like things change. But here's my whole thing. If you mean to tell me that you can't make $50 million from Power Rangers, one of the easiest things, one of the easiest franchises to make money off of toy wise, what is
issue?
What is the problem? What is the
Skill.
problem?
And the problem,
issue.
and the problem was QA issues.
Yeah,
like
oh yeah.
Earlier on in the Lightning
QA
collection,
issue, quality control, and distribution. You
Yeah,
didn't
'cause
make
earlier-
it, you didn't ship it.
Because earlier on in the Lightning collection, we were all buying them because it was like the price was right. And we were like, oh shit, okay, I like what you got and stuff. Yes, there were a couple of minor things, but we still was like, fuck it, we're gonna still buy it. This is great. Over time, and at least to me, it started with the white Dino Thunder Ranger when they didn't have all the markings on it and shit, and then they had to reach. Everybody had to go to Hasbro to get the actual new head. That to me was the start of it. I know it might have been something before that, but that was the start of it. Because that's when I was like, how did you release that and didn't like what?
For me, it was two things. One, when they decided, and then this also affected G.I. Joe, the G.I. Joe Classified series, and a couple other Hasbro things. When they decided, oh yeah, okay, with these 6-inch figures, you know what? Yeah, I think they started out like $15.99 when this started, $15.99, $16.99, and it was like, okay, well they're $18.99 now. No, they're $19.99 now. No, they're $24.99.
Oh yeah, when they went to 24, when they went to 24, I was like, y'all got audacity for you to do that.
Like y'all got the nerve. Y'all got the nerve and still can't get them in stores on time.
Meanwhile, Marvel Legends
and still can't get the quality control under control.
Meanwhile, Marvel Legends is still the same low price, and people are buying them.
No, Marvel Legends is $24.99 too.
I thought it was the
They're
same
going
price.
up too.
Oh no!
They all went up across the board.
All
Hasbro
the 6-inch figures went up, dog.
Oh, okay. I didn't know they all went up. I thought
all of Hasbro
shit.
Board.
All of it went up, and so
need I remind you all. Christian P. Cox, his total compensation was $9 million. Hasbro CEO, $9 million. The same company that fired over 2,000 people 2 weeks before Christmas. Then turned around at you, the fan, and said, hey, you want these toys? Well, we got to crowdfund them.
Yeah. And my thing is this, like you said, Sean, like they made 200 million, and obviously, like I said, QA issues. But it was also Hasbro bought Power Rangers, and somehow it's like they blanked out on what to do with it.
Well, no, I think.
Well, they do it. I think.
Oh, go ahead. No, you got.
I was just gonna say, I don't think they blinked out. I think this is all happening as intended. I think this is a feature, not a bug. Okay. Every day that goes by, I feel like our theory that they bought the brand to take out a boys competitor, it really feels like it's true. Like every move they made has been done nothing to hinder it. I think when I saw that statement, I posted when Chris made that statement, when Peacocks said that, I said, man who keeps hitting himself in the knees with a sledgehammer can't figure out why he doesn't run as fast as other people. Like
yeah, we did. Me and Prime did talk about this. That was also the other thing, the crowdfunding and all that shit, especially with the Power Bow and the Power X. That supposedly that's going to be part of the Hasbro shit. You got a crowdfund. I think that showed it too, because it's like, just put it out.
Hey, Peacocks, take like a 5% pay cut and just put it out. Like how many jobs would that would have saved?
Well, not only that, but like there's, and where they also mess up is that Power Rangers, like especially with Hasbro toy wise, they struggled with, here's the line for kids, here's the line for the 20-somethings, here's the collector's line for adults, and they struggled with that. They struggled with it. Like when Saban got Power Rangers back, he was like, okay, we'll work with Bandai. We're going to start a 6-inch line. I think that was called Power Rangers Legacy. And they're like, okay, we're going to do Legacy Zords. We're going to reissue the old Zords, clean them up, make them look nice. You remember them power weapons from back in the day? You know what? We're going to use some die-cast metal. We're going to make them real nice. Mm-hmm. And they're like, this is the collector's line. But here's the Power Rangers toy line for the kids. And here's some stuff in between for everybody.
Yeah, it's the Bandai special, because Bandai, because even now, like Bandai does that. So you got the CSM for a lot of the stuff, whether it's Kamen Rider, Ultraman, Super Sentai, right? They had the DX, which is the standard toys that you get, the morphers and all that stuff, right? And I think the P Bandai stuff, I think it's kind of like the middle ground between both of them in a way.
In a kind of in a way, yes.
Kind of way, like even like this Memorial one is kind of like the middle ground. It ain't quite CSM, but it's still Memorial. Like it's not gonna cost you an arm and leg unless you go to the higher end, like the Gokaiger Saber and the gun that I got, which that's like $300, and stuff. Well, no, it's 200 when I got it, but it's 300 now. But still, like, so you had those three, and that's how it's normally supposed to be. It's a trifecta of like, okay, you have this. Like even when you look at GI Joe, right? Did they put out the aircraft carrier?
Well, old school GI Joe did. Yeah, in the 80s they put out.
Well, I thought they re-put it. I thought they re-put it out, or unless I'm thinking of something else.
You mean the flag? No, I don't think so.
No.
What was that crowdfunding they just did?
The His Tank.
His Tank.
They re-put out the His Tank.
They brought out like the old school His Tank with a 3 3/4 inch figure, which they were overcharging for, and then like a year and a half later, they showed up at Ollie's for $12.99. See, like, and this is the whole other thing too. This is the whole other thing too. Like, where are these toys actually going? Are you just throwing them somewhere, and then a year later they show up at Ollie's? Because my whole thing was this: I'm like, the cost is way too high for what you're actually getting for a lot of the Hasbro stuff. So. And then sometimes 9 times out of 10 you can't find it, but a year later, here they go over at Ollie's. Here's all of them right there.
Now, I don't want to spread conspiracy theories, but I feel a lot of that is down to their terrible distribution. Has to do with the distillation of Toys R Us, because a lot of product that would have went and meant for Toys R Us now has nowhere to go, because there's only so much that Target and Walmart are going to order. There's only so many Walgreens exclusives you can do. You know what I mean?
Like 5 Walgreens exclusives, which that was another thing, like you said, Prime. It's weird. That was something that always confounded me, because I think it was the In Space Silver Ranger was a Walgreens exclusive. Black Ranger was like the Green Ranger Shield. Black Ranger was a Walgreens exclusive
for a while. Then like it made it to the store eventually, but it wasn't exclusive for a while. It did eventually make it to the store.
I think who was Lost Galaxy
Down on Thunder
Green?
White.
Yeah, Down on Thunder White was a Walgreens exclusive. Wasn't Lost Galaxy Green exclusive too?
I'm not sure. I can't remember.
I'm not sure about Green.
But it was just weird, because it's like, why is Walgreens getting exclusive? Yeah. And it's like, you couldn't just make that an Amazon Prime exclusive or something like that. That would at least track and make sense. But like Walgreens, Walgreens is like the last place I'm thinking about going to get toys in my head.
Yeah, and then that's that whole like exclusivity thing is just weird. Period. Especially when you start putting in the drugstores. Like it gets really, really weird, because they did that for the Marvel Legends, and I believe they also did for Star Wars Black Series. So
yeah, like, Agent Venom was a Walgreens exclusive. The fuck?
This one right here, I think I've said it before. The biggest fumble that they made with those Eternal figures is that they should have gave them the option to have their comic book costumes as an option to it, so at least it can offset the movie ones, to give people ways of like, okay, I'll get it, because I could switch it around, but they didn't do that, and it's like,
and Soundwave 803 said Ollie's has a crap ton of yellow Zeo sitting on the shelf, and he's right.
Yep.
Like every Ollie's I've ever been to has all the Nokia Barisas. Okay,
which is a shame, because like I got that.
Right, like I got a couple, because I was gonna start kit bashing some figures, and I was just like, well, I can get yellow Zeo. I got a coupon, so like they're super cheap, But yeah, like there's tons of them.
But them saying that they didn't meet their market threshold, this is where it angered a lot of us, because it's like, well, of course you're not making your threshold, because number one, you didn't put shit out for Cosmic Fury except for that shitty ass Morpher
and the Amazon exclusive Megazord,
and the Amazon two costumes tops. Yeah, tops.
That's it.
You barely put out
Legend of the White Dragon has more toys than Cosmic Fury.
Even Dino Fury, it felt like it was pulling teeth just to get those figures.
Like the regular like the regular like 4-inch figures. Yeah. Like it was hard to get. It was hard and difficult to get those in the stores, and it was also difficult for them to do Lightning Collection Dino Fury, because I think they only did a couple.
Yeah, they did Red Ranger, Green
Blue,
Ranger, and Blue
and
Pink, and that was it. I don't think they did green, or maybe they did do green.
No, I don't think
they did Izzy.
Okay,
I know they did it.
Okay,
because me and Vaughn were doing break dances about this. So yeah, they did Izzy.
But like, it's like you did. Of course, you didn't meet your threshold because you didn't put out anything. And then, like, I saw somebody commented, like, well, like, because all of us were in you when we saw that, you know, the quarterly comments and stuff. Because I think it was No Pink Spandex that posted on their IG. All of us were saying, well, if you're only focusing on MMPR, of course you're not going to make any money because that's all you guys focused on and put it out there. And somebody was like, well, you know, if they do another season, it's not going to sell because, you know, MMPR sells. I'm like, okay, understand. When all you're promoting is MMPR, you're basically telling the general audience that the other seasons don't matter.
Right.
It's irrelevant.
CJ, can I get on my soapbox for a minute? Can I get on my soapbox for a second? Okay.
Yeah.
So I see that same thing when we make comments about how a lot of us are just ultimately frustrated, where Hasbro seems dead set that everything has to be MMPR 24/7 because, you know, that's what other brands do. They're like, oh, other brands do the first series, you know, other brands, you know, do that because, you know, y'all can't take it deep. Here's the thing. Power Rangers isn't other brands. So those other things like G.I. Joe or Ninja Turtles that people keep comparing Power Rangers to, they have long breaks. First of all, their seasons are anywhere from 1 to 4 years of one show, that one brand, that one thing. And they take breaks. There was like, how long was it in between the original Ninja Turtle show to Next Mutation to the 03 show?
So you're talking the last show, the 80 show ended in 93, 94. Next Mutation dropped in 98 because they dropped the same year of In Space, so it was around that time. Like 98, 99, maybe probably 98. And then the 2002 series came on Fox, so that was like 4 years later.
Right. So there are breaks in between. Power Rangers from 1993 until 2009 was continuous. Continuous. There was no breaks. So every single Power Ranger season was someone's first Power Ranger season because there wasn't a time when Power Rangers was not on the air. As a matter of fact, when I hear people say that, oh, well, MMPR is the normie thing, here's also the thing. The normies actually, if you remember right, because I'm not doing your revisionist fucking history because, again, I was there, I lived it. The normies didn't dip out until somewhere around Turbo. So that means these people had the Mighty Morphin suits, the alien suits, the Zeo suits, and the turbo suits to see as Power Rangers. Power Rangers isn't just the dinosaur suits. Right now, after that point, Power Rangers is just helmet, spandex, karate flips. So when they say that people default to Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, not because it's in terms of looks, it's the corporate suits who are counting the nickels, who are trying to chase that dragon when Power Rangers was at its most popular. And popular when it's at its global phenomenon, and you can't chase that dragon.
You can't replicate it. Once you do it the first time, you've normalized it at that point. It's a normalized thing, and that counts for anything. Like anything that ends up becoming a pop culture phenomenon, you've normalized it. Like, good example, Avengers, right? Avengers made the money, right? And you remember when everybody with Age of Ultron made like 1.3 billion, which I'm like, that's still a lot of fucking money. But you saw people was like, oh my God, it didn't make as money as the first one. I'm like, no, because Avengers is part of the pop culture zeitgeist now. Everybody knows Iron Man. Everybody knows Cap. It's not special anymore. And that's not a bad thing. It's just, all right, cool. Another Avengers movie. Cool. Got you. And then that's it.
Diminishing returns, bro. Like you can't make all of the money. There's gonna have to be fucking.
It's the streaming logic. There's only so many subscribers you can get. There's
exactly. You got to manage your expectations. And I might sound like I'm crazy, but you know what? Everything is not made for everybody. It's okay for some things to have a targeted or niche audience. That way, you guaranteed to know, hey, if I targeted this audience, I know I got a guaranteed 100,000 this way. So why would I spend 250 chasing an audience that's not guaranteed? Like if you know your target audience, you can aim for your audience, you can adjust your budget, and you can move within those margins if you were thinking smartly. But this is Hasbro. They're not thinking smartly. All of this shit is a skill issue because they fucking suck. We have a fucking toy company that does not want to make toys. What type of shit is that?
Well, you know what's wild is you also look at it like this too. Like let me explain. Hasbro bought Tonka. Okay, back in the 80s, they bought Tonka because Tonka bought Kenner. Okay, so Hasbro automatically got Tonka and Kenner. Okay, in one swoop. Then they bought Coleco. Okay, they bought Coleco in '88. Okay, so now they've got they got Coleco, they've got Kenner, they've got Tonka
trucks.
Yeah. Okay. Now after they do that, they
Tonka's
buy
tank engine.
know, right?
they buy Nomura toys in Japan. Okay, and they buy they buy pretty much a majority ownership in Palmyra, who's a Southeast Asian toy distributor. Okay, then in 1998 they buy Avalon Hill. And then they also buy Galoob. Okay, so now you've bought a majority of the toy companies in the United States. Okay, you've literally killed the market because eventually, because they're like, oh, we'll keep all these companies alive. No, you won't. You either merge them together, you'll downsize them, and you'll just take the brands instead of trying to create new stuff. You'll just take the brands that you have from these other companies,
just re-put out stuff,
and then. They also got Milton Bradley and Parker Brothers. Then merged them together to form Hasbro Games. Then they bought Wizards of the Coast.
Remember that?
Then they bought Cranium Incorporated, a game company. Okay. Then Hasbro was going to try to buy Lionsgate in 2018, and then the deal fell through. The plans to have their own entertainment studio started in 2018, and it fell through. So then and then a couple of months, about the same month they tried to buy Lionsgate is the same month they worked out their deal with Saban Brands to acquire Power Rangers. Now, it started off as it says a future. February 16th, 2018, Saban Brands appointed Hasbro as the global master toy licensee for Power Rangers with a future collaboration and option to purchase the franchise. Okay.
Okay.
And then in May, and no more than a couple of months later, Hasbro's like, we'll just buy it. And they bought it for $522 million in cash.
I didn't know it was cash. I thought it was just
$522 million in cash and stock with the licensing fee recently paid with credit. Okay. So then now here's the whole thing. Now we're really getting into things. Okay. So the CEO Brian Goldner was like, okay, when they decided to buy Power Rangers, he's like, okay, if we're going to do this, we're definitely going to get an entertainment company because we're going to make all this stuff in house. Because
which makes sense.
This is pre-COVID. Everybody's trying to compete with Disney. Okay, everybody's trying to compete with Disney. So Hasbro's like,
yep,
yeah, but you can't. That's its own thing, and it did its thing, and that's it. So they go buy Entertainment One. All right, they go buy it. COVID happens. Everything changes. And then literally in 2021, Goldner dies. And then you had an interim CEO, and then Cox took over because Cox was running, he was the president and CEO of Wizards of the Coast.
Oh, I remember people were heated on how he carried Wizards of the Coast.
We don't like that motherfucker.
Folks were heads on pikes on him when they see it was Fade on Sight, and I was like, holy shit. So when I heard that he was taking over, I was like, oh God, no.
So then okay, so now it gets interesting. See, because so now you could say maybe around 2021, early 2022, under the Cox leadership, it's okay, well, we have this weird relationship with Power Rangers, which we own, we bought, but Saban still has his name on on Beast Morphers because it says Saban's Power Rangers.
Yeah, because it was kind of like the Wild Force thing where it was Disney and Saban.
Right.
So it's kind of still Saban season still. So
so you have this weird relationship. Plus, you have a relationship with Nickelodeon, which Saban had made the deal with to get Power Rangers back on TV, but Nickelodeon at the same time is like, well, we don't own this, so how much attention are we really supposed to give to it? So, because sometimes people are like, when's Power Rangers coming back on? Why is it taking so long?
Nickelodeon was already being flaky with the times because it'll be on at noon. Oh, it's on at 9 o'clock, 1 o'clock.
Right.
Okay, so what's going on here? What time are we doing it?
And so then you have that weird relationship. And then you also have this relationship with Netflix and Paramount. Okay. So you have all these weird relationships. You've got leadership that doesn't want Power Rangers. Or at least it assumes and appears to be they don't want Power Rangers. because the thing is, like Prime has said in a tweet, you don't make a deal with Playmates overnight.
Oh hell no! This was building up for a minute.
Like
No.
this
was
takes
building up
this
for a
takes
minute.
yeah, this takes years to do.
And that's what got me. So a lot of people are acting like this deal just happened last month. I'm like, no, you don't sign paperwork like this for like two multi-billion-dollar companies signing over licensing deals. This doesn't spring up over a damn McDonald's milkshake. They have been talking, they've been debating back and forth. Like shit has been in motion that we were not privy to.
Folks, how do you think Disney bought Fox? Disney and Fox were talking for like 2 years solid.
Yeah, solid.
Because Rupert Murdoch was like, yo, I'm trying to get out of here. I need Disney to buy me now. And they were talking for like 2 and a half, 3 years. They were talking low key. And it wasn't until like the last year that it came out that, oh, Disney is trying to buy Fox. And it's like, oh, so they must have been talking for a minute.
They've been talking.
They've been talking.
Mm-hmm.
So this Playmates deal with Hasbro, I was like, yeah, they were talking for a while.
And you know what, for real, I tell you when it was. I can probably pinpoint the exact moment when they realized they're at the Power Ranger game. Second season of Dino Fury when it
really,
yeah, when it went
second
to Netflix.
season when it went to Netflix, when they started scaling back production of the toys, that's when they were like inking the deal. The same way when Bandai at the tail end of Ninja Steel, when they realized like the license was going to switch over to Hasbro, when they stopped giving a fuck.
Yeah, they eased up on Ninja Steel. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, that tracks now.
So is that math? Is that math mapping? Is that adding up to y'all? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So that probably does explain why the Cosmic Fury toy line was trash. But even then, it's like, but bro, you can't. It's just that really just kind of.
And they also said they also said that the reason why we designed these suits for Cosmic Fury is so like we can have simpler molds to create toys. And I was just like,
where's the toys?
Where's the toys at, bro?
I may not like the suits, but you couldn't get a toy.
You made those suits shitty on purpose and didn't make the toys for them?
Well, with the exception of one dope ass fucking blues costume when he was under Lord's Ed's control. That's a pretty dope costume, I ain't gonna lie.
That was still a real soldier suit. They just
I know it was reused, but that was probably the best suit overall. And I'm like, you could have made that a toy and I would have bought that shit immediately. Like,
but that was still a real soldier suit. I'm talking about their original Cosmic Fury suits. You made them shitty on purpose.
You had an Orange Ranger that could have sold because people were like, "Oh shit, you did an Orange Ranger." Couldn't.
You had the Champagne Poppy. Where's this figure?
It's weird. Like I said, all of it's weird. So this whole relationship with Power Rangers and Hasbro has been very strange. And like I said before, they bought E1. They were going to start this stuff up, and then Cox takes over, and then out of the blue, like I said, the stuff with Power Rangers starts to get weird. Then in 2023, Hasbro's like, yeah, Lionsgate's going to buy E1. We're not going to do that anymore. We're not going to do that. But then a week later, they're like, oh yeah, we're going to have a content studio, and we're going to have our own studio, and we're going to bring in some people that used to be at E1, but then like it's a bunch of new people, and now we have an entertainment studio again.
Can I put my tin hat on?
Go ahead.
That is them backing out of a contract, trying not to pay somebody their fucking money.
Because the thing of it is, at the same time, like you remember, with all this happening, notice that it went that all the media side of stuff in terms of future shows and stuff that they were doing, radio silent.
Yeah.
That TV show that they were going to do, I haven't heard
how many different showrunners has that had now?
4, I believe.
It is it's in developmental hell at this point. Like,
because Erstwhile is still overseeing it. He's still overseeing it.
Yeah, because people remember it was supposed to be a 3-prong attack. It was like, we're going to do our original Power Rangers show. We're going to do something for Netflix. And then the other Power Ranger show is going to be for the kids, which is them still doing the adaptations from over in Japan. That was the 3-prong attack that they were going for. And it's like, okay, but do you realize you have to spend money if you're going to do something original, right?
I just going to say they realized it cost some money, and they went, "Oh, wait a minute now. We don't want to spend money. We want to just take your money."
Because again, Saban learned the hard way. Yeah, this takes a lot of money to do some original stuff here. Like, because again, Mystic Knights is a good example. Mystic Knight of Tyrannogue is the greatest example. 2 seasons. And the budget just ballooned because of all the ambitious stuff that they were doing in that show.
And the thing is, the show, people watched it, the ratings were good, and the toys sold. The toys
And
legitimately sold.
they had shit for. I'm like, people think I'm crazy. They had shit ready to go for Mystic Knights Battle Thunder. They had props, suits, toys
Everything.
in development stage, and they were just like, "Damn, this shit's expensive.
Yeah,
Wrap it up."
Because it's basically
Wrap it up.
for the money that they were spending. Even with the toy sales being great, they couldn't recoup that to even get into the black. Like it was like, shit, we're bleeding red off this shit, even though we're selling. Like this isn't. It's basically Netflix before Netflix. It's like, shit, we're bleeding red. We can't really continue this long term. So yeah, we gotta cut this shit
Shut it
short.
down.
Like,
Shut it down.
Shut it down.
So like, yeah, because like it went from like Mystic Knights Eterno budget to Los Luchadores budget. like Los Luchadores, which is wild because like that was done on like a napkin and a quarter.
And a Taco Bell burrito.
Funny enough, Hasbro probably looks at Los Luchadores like that is too goddamn expensive.
They're like, teach us your ways. How can we make this cheaper? Show us.
Luchadores had 4 sets. Tyler Perry would cry in excitement at that shit. That's 4 sets. They save money.
Yes.
I hate to bring the mood down, but I just probably realized that dog's probably dead, man.
Damn.
That dog ain't been here.
Think about the dog
for a long ass time.
Now here's the other thing to talk about. Now, seeing that like this thing with Playmates is gonna start, and I'm sure we're going to hear some stuff at Comic-Con or this fall because they've already been saying stuff is in the works. So once again, this deal has been going on for a while. Okay, and so when you talk about Playmates in a positive light, one thing you can say when it comes to legacy brands, don't nobody recycle turtles like Playmate.
Yes, they do. Oh, yes.
Because how many?
Like,
look, bro,
they gonna make sure that you get every single variation of the turtles from the original line. They will repeat all the original line. They will repeat, like they'll show you next mutation every now and then. Yep. Then they'll like bring the 4 Kids Turtle series. They'll bring that. They'll give you those toys again. They will give you the Nickelodeon Turtles and like the Paramount Turtles. They will give you all the turtles over and over and over and over again. You will never get rid of those turtles. They always sell. I don't care what nobody says.
People collect.
They sell.
Because again, what I say about knowing what your target margin is and working within your target margins, like you know what your budget is, you know who your audience is. Let's work within it. We made these molds back in 1980 something until the wheels fall off it, baby. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, baby.
Because if it ain't the 20-year-old that bought it, his kid is buying that shit. Like, Dad, give it to me, please.
Exactly.
So you got. Sorry, go ahead.
That is one positive. They'll make them, and they have slightly better quality control than Hasbro.
Yes, they do. Yeah.
And the figures had it. I don't care where you are, you will see a Playmates toy on the shelf. They do get around. They get their shits in stores.
Right, and that's the whole thing. Because also the way Playmates works, a lot of their lines is here's the kid stuff, here's the collector stuff. Okay, and because now Star Trek is pretty much a collector's line.
Oh yeah,
but it used to be, you had your 4-inch figures like in the 90s. Playmates, man, it was Star Trek all day, every day. And now they have they're doing the remakes of the classic Star Trek figures, and they're also doing 6-inch figures as well.
Oh,
know, and so because they have 6-inch figures for a couple of the cast members of Discovery. So once again, legacy brand, they're good at it. And when you start to think about if they have to do monsters and stuff like that, well, they're coming out with the Godzilla and Kong toys, and I like those toys.
Which they're keeping them at a really good price point too.
That's the other thing. Price point. Let's keep it a buck. Turtle toys stay affordable. Okay. Godzilla X Kong toys stay affordable. Miraculous Ladybug, also by Playmates, stays affordable.
You mentioned turtles. Did they also redo the Technodrome?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if
I know they recently redid the sewer set for the anniversary line for the 86 stuff, and I think they also did the party wagon. I think they did the balloon, but I don't think they've done the Technodrome yet.
They've done the blend.
That's shocking they haven't done the Technodrome.
I think the reason why now they will come up with those city play sets. They still will
Okay.
drop a city play set like once
Okay.
every 3
Yeah.
years.
Because they just did
more,
a really nice one for Mutant Mayhem.
right.
There's like that city block that looked really nice.
Yes. But like I think their fear with the Technodrome is I think their fear is what's the proper price point.
Yeah,
because
you don't want to overprice it and price people out of it and make
right
it like a Hasbro Pulse exclusive kind of vibe.
Right.
Where, you know.
And so you got to be careful with that. So monsters, we're good because they make Godzilla. Legacy stuff, they're good because they do Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Star Trek. Now, when you start to talk about accessories, when you start to talk about like weapons and them doing like a Morpher and things like that, well, one of the brands that they got is called Spy Ninjas. Like it's a thing. But that line has a lot of like, you know, like play stuff, like, you know, like communicators and swords and stuff like that. Now, granted, it's simple stuff. It's very simple. Let me be clear. It's simple. You want to make Power Ranger stuff for the kids, like your sword, a power sword, or Morpher. There's the kids version, but they also will come out with a collector's version because they understand this market. Like they understand the markets. Like it's 30 years. Power Ranger's been around for 30 years. So you're going to have something for the kids that's affordable and something for the adults that's within a reasonable price. And that's something that like Hasbro has struggled with, you know, because
it's kind of weird because you would think a toy company like Hasbro, it's like, okay, and I think this is where my confusion with Hasbro is at. It's like you, and like Prime said, it's probably on purpose and by design, but at the same time, you see that your Japanese counterpart Bandai has that 3-prong attack of what they're doing, and it's been a success. Why don't you want to do that?
Right.
I'm kind of confused on that. It's like, do you not like money?
Yeah, because like, and that's the whole thing.
Want to control all the market. I don't need a third party from another company, especially a dirty Japanese brand, taking money away from my G.I. Joe and
what I'm saying is, if your Hasbro isn't the whole purpose is to make money, and when I see them saying that they're outsourcing that stuff, it just gives off like, well,
to their competitor.
It's like, so to me, it's like, well, what use are you as a brand now?
Right.
Because they bought Power Rangers, because as Sean said, Power Rangers always ranked in the top 10 to 15 boys' toys. That wasn't a Hasbro brand. And any money that we do, because these are still Bandai designs, they got to get kicked back because they came up with the suits and shit. So, I mean, why would I want some of the money when I can have all the money? I don't understand what you're saying, bro.
I mean, it's and the thing of it is, to me, I hate. Look, I'm all for having rhyme and reasons for why you have to go about certain things when it comes to, you know, selling stuff, right? I understand, like, you can say Power Rangers is a niche, fine, but that's still no excuse to not like do something with it. It's no excuse. Like, Power Rangers is a brand beyond just MMPR. Right. It's the other seasons, it's the other shows and series that shows that. So that's why, because even when you get people that say, well, Power Rangers should do something that's mature, well, I can crack off like 5 seasons that does what you're asking it to. But because, and to be honest, this whole thing with them focusing on MMPR, it started before Hasbro bought it. It started when Saban bought it back, and he was trying to, and you saw it in Megaforce, you saw it in Samurai, where he was trying to capture the MMPR feel.
Chasing the dragon, yeah.
And it's like, Saban, you can't do that again, because
you can't get that back.
You can't get that back. Like Samurai, you can't go Samurai. You can't do Megaforce where it's like, okay, what if we make the kids back in school again? And it's like, well, that doesn't work, because like, not because you can't do kids in school, but because the way you did it, and then you try to do an Ernie's juice bar, and it's like, that ain't really working the way you think it is. It's just, it's all these ideas that it just creates this disjointed shows, because somebody brought up like the shows aren't hitting like it should. And it's like, yeah, because they're consistently chasing it. Yes, you got your anomalies like your Dino Charge and Beast Morphers to a degree. And I'll even say Dino Fury, because Dino Fury, I said that Cosmic Fury worked as a continuation of Dino Fury, but it wasn't a good representation of like the summation of Power Rangers, that this is going to be it, you know, because once you get to that finale, yeah, Lord Zed's in it, yeah, we got Billy, yeah, we got my man from Dino Charge, but like, you wanted more and you didn't get it. And it just kind of landed with, okay, that was a good ending. I guess if this is in the Power Rangers, sure, got you. You know, and meanwhile, when you got Boom Comics actually doing what we wanted the shows to do, it speaks volumes. You know, and that I think that's my frustration with it all. It's like we know what they should do, and it's just clearly and this isn't just a Hasbro thing. Other companies tend to do this stuff, whether it's in the gaming world or whether it's on the TV world, where you have these companies that really be like, well, how come people aren't really, you know, watching our shows, or how come this isn't working? It's like, well, you're trying to cheap out on the budget, or you didn't really. You fired the people that actually could make your shit work. That's what Hasbro did. They fired a lot of people that was making the shit work and keeping the wheels on from not falling off, you know.
Hold on, come on, man, Coco. Give the man a break. He doesn't know what hyperboles are.
I need you.
Come on, man. Come on, man. We know he can barely read. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Pookie did say, "Oh, those weird Japanese shows, crazy." Am I right?
Oh Lord,
I get. All right, man.
No.
Hold on, you don't want.
Oh, probably froze.
You don't want to be accused of taking him out of context by repeating what he said, sir.
Oh my,
sir.
Oh
my. When I saw that, I was like, "Oh God, no! Stop talking, sir. Please stop talking. Stop talking."
Just a litany of passive aggressive tweets and nonsense, and I was just like, "Dude, you got to get off Twitter, bro."
Passive aggressive xenophobia.
My thing is like passive aggressive xenophobia. I know, right? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Isn't that wild? Crazy. It's crazy shit, man. It's crazy shit.
I don't know. Like, I'm seeing the positive of Playmates. It's just I'm wondering what their lineup is going to be, because we know MPR obviously is going to be kicking it off. We already know that.
You two are way more optimistic than I am, because again, we said the positives. The negatives with Playmates are you're going to get those same modes until the wheels fall off for the next 15 years.
Yeah.
So
so if you can see behind me,
which modes of Power Rangers are they going to use though?
You see behind me.
See now, as far as molds go, that's an interesting question, because the thing is that like if they're going to use the Hasbro molds, like that, I don't think they're going to do that. I think they're going to do their own molds. They're going to do their own original molds and do their own types of figures. They're going to do 4-inch and 6-inch. That my personal opinion. 4-inch and 6-inch figures. Okay, 4-inch for the kids, 6-inch for the quote unquote collectors per se. Maybe, possibly. But here's the interesting thing though. I'm not sure if this relationship still exists or not, but in the 90s and early 2000s, their overseas distribution for Playmates was Bandai. Bandai handled a lot of their overseas distribution. Okay. So if that relationship still exists, does Playmates give Bandai a call and say, "Hey, what can we do?" You know, now, once again, I don't know if that relationship still exists. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But like, it's not that I'm optimistic. It's just more of a thing of like, at least Playmates is excited about it.
Yeah. I mean,
they do seem hungry for it.
Yeah, like they seem excited. They seem excited about it because, like I said before, Playmates is literally 6 brands. It's Mutant Mayhem, Classic Turtles, Star Trek, Godzilla X Kong, Spy Ninjas, Miraculous Ladybug. That's it.
Pretty simple.
That's it. Now,
go ahead. Let's say my thing is, are those same Playmates lawyers who got them the Turtles license, did they work out this deal?
Interesting.
I'm asking because if that's the case, then man, Power Rangers is gonna be with them till the day the sun goes out, bro.
Which look, if the QA and if the molds and everything is good, and Playmates is like, look, let's embrace Power Rangers past MMPR, and they actually go forward and actually follow through on that stuff, I think a lot of us probably would be like, okay, Playmates, okay, shit. Like, but like I said, the jury is out until we actually know what it is. And like you said, San Diego.
We'll see.
Like, I ain't gonna be able to go to San Diego. It's looking like, but like obviously pictures are gonna probably pop up at San Diego.
I just feel like we just lost 10 points of articulation, bro. I just feel it, bro.
As long as like you remember when after RPM ended and Disney was like, well, I don't think we're going to do anything else, and they basically just
remastered MMPR.
They remastered MMPR, the first season of MMPR with like Comic Sans text for special effects. But Bandai, Disney and Bandai worked out a deal, and Bandai was like, well, yeah, we'll make Mighty Morphin Power Rangers toys again for y'all, and they made those 4-inch toys with those wild accessories, and then they had the Dragon Dagger, which also had a lightsaber come out of the back of it.
Yeah, that was a weird time.
Yeah, you know, and like all the Rangers had like vehicles that were like never in the show, which is fine because toys do that stuff all the time.
You know, the Dino Megazord from that line is actually pretty decent.
Yes, it was. It really was.
I mean, Batman and people forget Batman the animated series, the toy line. There were some shits. I'm like, that wasn't in the.
Yo,
I mean, the toys look cool as shit though, but it's like that wasn't in the show.
Kenner ate.
Oh yes,
they fucking ate off of Batman. Like literally, Kenner kept Hasbro alive with Batman alone.
Oh yeah, the animated series, that toy line. Like I had like at least 3 of those toys from that toy line.
You just made me remember. Let's cast our minds back because this history repeats itself, y'all. Time is a flat circle. There was a point in time where Hasbro didn't want shit to do with Transformers. What did they do? They kicked it off to Kenner. What did Kenner do? Beast Wars.
Oh yeah, them Beast Wars toys are pretty dope.
Yep.
I did not know Hasbro was looking at Transformers like go fuck yourself. I really didn't know that. Like,
oh yeah,
wow.
They were done. They
were out. They were done. And they were gone. They were out. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then when they're like, oh, it's making money. Oh, hey, how y'all doing? Did
Bandai do stuff beyond G1? Did they actually do Headmasters and all that stuff too?
Like Bandai, like you gotta understand, like overseas, like overseas.
Oh yeah. I forgot.
The cartoon continued.
Yeah,
and like
I forgot about that.
And like and like when Hasbro foolishly brought over Battle Beasts instead
of those are Transformers toys.
Those are Transformers toys. Like it should have been Beast Formers.
Should have been in Transformers, yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, like just port the Japanese cartoon over. You got the American cast voices and go. And they didn't want to do it.
They didn't want to do that. They were out because they saw diminishing returns. They went from instead of making all the money, they were making some of the money, and they were like, "But my yachts, though.
There was a period of time in the 80s where like Transformers and G.I. Joe were making like $100 million in profit, okay, for Hasbro.
Yeah, that makes
sense. And so they were like, okay, well, we'll do other stuff too. So one year they did a cartoon called Inhumanoids, okay, and they had a toy line called Inhumanoids.
Very much.
Okay, now here's the deal.
A dark ass show, by the way.
Hey, fantastic. I love everything about.
Oh yeah.
Now, here's the thing: the toys sold. Okay, the toys sold, like the big monster sold, the action figures sold, and it made profit-wise, it made like I guess like 60 million in profit, right? Hasbro was like, well, you didn't reach 100 million, so this isn't going to work.
Damn. Critically acclaimed show, by the way.
Again, it made money. Flint Dille had already written up season 2,
but because it didn't hit 100 million, they just said, "Nah, we're not doing it."
Yeah, it didn't hit 100. It didn't hit 100, and they was like, "Nah, it's okay."
They're like, "That's a flop."
I think that's the other thing that will always confound me about corporations and stuff. Like on the video game side, me and the guys, we were talking about this, where it's like, it's weird that the video game industry has gotten to this point right now with live service games and stuff, and it's looking like the video game industry is going to probably implode because of it. But it's because of this constant thing of we sold 1 million one year, so we got to raise the rhetoric up to 5 million. I'm like, that's not how that works, because you can't just
sustainable.
You can't skyrocket from 1 to 5 million. It has to be like a small increments over time.
You have to target your audience, know what you're making, and just aim for them.
Yeah. Which is why video games are expensive to make now in the industry, because
they don't have to be. That's the wild part, bro.
Like,
And
man,
it's the same thing here with Hasbro. It's like when he says they didn't hit the threshold, I'm like, okay, time out. What was your threshold in the first place?
right.
That's my thing. What was your threshold for Power Rangers? Because if your threshold was like something way astronomical, number one, you have to really take a look at, well, what toys did we sell?
Right. What was actually available?
Yeah, what was available? And also, like Prime mentioned, like even before this, like the way you distributed your Lightning collection, even past the price points, it was just weird.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, a good example, Time Force Blue. The way they put that figure out, it was two different versions. You had Time Force Blue by himself, and it was also Time Force Blue with the bike.
Right.
Oh, or you can get the Psycho Blue by himself, or the Psycho Blue in a set with the other Psycho Rangers.
Blue Ranger had 3 different sets. It was one with Psycho Blue, one with Psycho Silver, and then by itself. That's crazy.
Oh, you can get
That's
Oh,
crazy.
right, that's right. You can get the Blue Space Ranger by himself with his Galaxy Glider, or with Psycho Silver.
Yes.
Or by itself without this. It was bizarrely weird. It's like y'all all over the place on how you. Because if
you want the Red
Blue,
Galaxy Ranger? You want the Red Galaxy Ranger? You can get the Red Galaxy
Psycho Ranger. Yeah, it was with the Red Psycho Ranger, or
by himself, or with his bazooka. You want the bazooka? Well, you got to get another Red Galaxy Ranger.
You can't get him with the sword either. That's another thing. You were doing very mixed messages here because you had one figure that, if you're going to give me Blue in space with the Galaxy Glider, how come the other Rangers don't have the Galaxy Glider?
Right.
If you're going to give me Blue Time Force with the bike, where's the other ones with their bike? It's like
because
those are decisions there.
Fuck you. That's why.
Those are the decisions right there that was confusing. Like, I can understand.
Fuck you, pay me.
I can understand SPD White having his bike, right? That makes sense. That makes perfect sense, right? Because that bike was special in comparison, because the Rangers didn't really have bikes with the exception of Red Ranger, I think Red, Blue, and green.
Because Blue had the Jeep, right?
Yeah, Blue had the Jeep. Yeah, Blue had Jeep. So it was Red and Green had their bikes, right? So that didn't make sense. So, but it's like you were doing very mixed messaging on all the packaging, and that was another thing that turned people off, because it was like, okay, and then the A Squad Rangers, you put them separately, but you said that you were going to put them all in one thing, and it's like,
and they never did.
They never did. So that's the other thing, is mixed messaging on your packaging, and like Prime said, it's the thing of availability. The fact that somebody over in Taiwan had those figures like a half a year before everybody else, so now I can go to eBay and buy it, but it's for inflated prices now. It's like, and so now you're wondering, well, how come we didn't hit our profit margins? Well, there you go, right there.
Well, yeah, or better yet, when you're trying to sell a Lightning Collection Red Ranger Power Sword for like damn near $200, I'm like, do you realize that like folks ain't got that?
Or Bandai just sold that for 150, like, for less.
It was like 100. It was 100. It was 120. Actually, it was 120.
120. Oh, my bad. So substantially cheaper.
Yeah,
it's of equal or better quality.
Yeah, the Dragon. The Bandai Legacy Dragon Dagger, if I remember correctly, sold for 100, I believe.
I thought it was 80.
It might have been. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, it was 80. My bad. I'm trying to realize 80 for that. It was 80 for Saba. It was 100. It was 120 for the Red Ranger sword.
Yeah,
it was 90 for the Gold Zeo Power Staff.
Yeah, Power Staff. It was. I think it was 100. It depended on where you got it from.
Depending on where you got it from.
Yeah, it was 100. It was about 100 because I paid 100 for mine, so it was about 100 for that. Like, it was at prices where it's like, yeah, that's actually not bad. It was reasonable. It was die cast.
Right.
Where it was going.
Heavy as
like,
shit.
Yeah. And don't get it twisted. I do like the Legacy. I do like the Lightning Collection Dragon Dagger. I think that's very well made. So Hasbro had something with those kind of things, but again, why is it that your Lightning Collection Dragon Dagger was priced very well, but then you doubled it with the Power Sword when you didn't need to?
Right. It didn't make any sense.
Because fuck you.
Yeah, it becomes a thing of, it's just
specifically you.
Yeah.
Because they just think, well, we're just going to charge this, and like the fans would just buy it regardless. And I'm like, do you see? This is that whole disconnect between the economy is really good, as opposed to people being like, my money is not stretching as far as it used to.
Yeah.
Again, Chris Cox made $9 million in compensation. $9 million. And fired 2,000 people 2 weeks before Christmas. I'm sorry. People get mad when I bring it up. I'm sorry. Like, I feel like those are 2 points you can bring up.
You should be mad at guys.
You should be upset.
Because we bring it up when Disney sit there and lay off folks. We're looking at Disney like, so my man Chapek out here caking up on money, but he fired a whole bunch. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
I feel like those are valid points to bring up, and if you don't,
it should be valid. It's like we're just
gonna have to agree to disagree, bro. I'm sorry. Like that's very valid points to bring up.
Like I like Disney too, but fuck them. Like, you know, why are you firing people? Like, what the fuck we doing here? Like, come on, bro. Like
10%. How many jobs with 10%? You know what?
I love Naughty Dog. You didn't need to fire 200 people, dog. Like, what are we doing here? Like, come on. Like,
what you need to do is making some goddamn games, motherfucker.
Well, hold on.
If I see one more release,
re-release Man Last of Us Part 2 for a third time. Because money.
If I see one more. I'm going to say The Last of Us Part 3 re-release is going to be announced before The Last of Us Part 3.
Look, but that also leads me to this whole thing with like the media side, right? Like we talk about the toys, like the media side. It is funny to me how they are racking their brain. They're in developmental hell trying to figure out how are we going to do a Power Rangers show?
Right.
And I'm like, well, you're starting off wrong by trying to CW it. First off, like how are you going to stretch out a show for like count commercials? That's like what, 55 minutes, 50 minutes? If that.
Power Rangers and Super Sentai is always good in half-hour chunks, period.
25 minutes.
Yeah.
Get straight to the point.
Straight to the point. And battle at the end, and we move on. Or sometimes cliffhanger, and we do the next episode. It fits better that way. Like, it's the same for like Kamen Rider. It's the same for the for the space sheriffs, the metal heroes. Those joints are seldom ever over a half-hour program.
I feel the mistake that Hasbro should have took advantage of, and I put this on Saban too. So they do 10-year later specials, right? 20-year later specials, right? Do you know how much people would sit there and actually go back and somebody brought up 20 years of Dino Thunder? Do you know how dope it would be if it was like a 40-minute special on Dino Thunder 20 years later? Where we go back with the Rangers and see what they're up to?
Like, what kills me is that, I mean,
that's right. Money right there. That's easy, right? That's easy right there.
I would love that. I would love that.
And here's the thing.
There'd be a black hole there.
Like, here's the thing. Especially during the direct-to-video era.
Oh yeah.
Direct-to-DVD era. The direct-to-DVD era.
Just ADR Tommy's voice. I'm there. Fuck.
Like,
just go.
There were opportunities where, now, granted, you gotta understand, Saban's not gonna spend that money.
I know.
Like, it's because like he's not going to pay. Like, it's all going to be non-union, and you're not going to get WGA or actors.
Well, we saw that in once and always, where
because like, and even in once and always, they had to fight to get them wages up. Okay.
Oh yeah.
But the thing is that if Saban was willing, and like the thing is, he wouldn't have had to spend that much money to do it just to pay scale. The direct-to-DVD
but I don't want some money, my man. I want all the money.
Exactly, which is the problem. Like, but the thing is that you can make all the money collectively over a long period of time instead of just this constant thing of I need infinite money now. Because you could have had the reunion, you could have had the direct to DVD reunion movies, you could have had the direct to DVD team up movies, you could have had, like, man, they could have gave Jason David Frank so many damn movies.
Dude, here's the sick part. Prime had a good point when he was mentioning like Legend of White Dragon has a toy line. When I saw the pictures that he posted up, I was like, for an indie not Power Rangers movie, this is some ambitious ass shit that they're doing right here with these toys, and the toys are actually priced at a good price. Where I'm like, I might have to buy this. I might have to get this. Like, this
I have to buy it
on principle. Yeah, you're right. On principle, I have to get this. Like, and the thing of it is, you had a guy in JDF who was basically telling you, hey, look, you have Power Rangers. This is what you should be doing. And they were like, nah, we're good. And I'm like your own boy, who is your cheerleader for the franchise, is telling you how to make money.
That man was literally literally going. The man was literally going. Do you niggas want the method?
Thank you.
You want me to teach you
the method? I can teach you the method here. I can teach you how to make money. I'm just saying. The other Rangers from different seasons. Look, I've seen video and pictures at Power Morphicon. Them actors are giddy as fuck when they're around each other at Power Morphicon. It's like they're happy. They are relishing it. And you mean to tell me you can't take advantage of that?
Yeah. And that's my whole thing, man. It's like there are opportunities to make money from this, but the thing is, like Prime said, there's too much of we want all the money, not some of the money, and not a collective collection of money over X amount of years.
Need? Like that's all I'm saying.
Well, like it's
I want an armada. I want a fleet of yachts, sir. I'm entitled. My name is Cox, and I'm compensating. How dare you?
It's the whole Netflix thing of we need infinite users every single year, and that infinite number has to grow every single year. And I'm like, everything tops off. Everything. I don't care if it's worldwide or not. Everything tops off. You cannot have infinite growth. That is a model that is not sustainable.
Some 6-year-old is not buying Netflix. I'm sorry. Like
I'm saying there are only so many eyeballs on the planet, bro.
Right.
Like you have to. It's either you do like Disney Plus did and pivot to, hey, if you like your nostalgia Disney, come to Disney Plus. That's actually sustainable because you know your market, and Disney finally figured out, okay, let's just go off nostalgia. And that's why they're doing this thing now on Disney Plus, where they have like different channels, like for Disney One Afternoon for those. Right. And it's like, that's a smart idea. That's how you sell your streaming platform, because you're going to get consistent people that are going to still stick with Disney Plus because of that.
And they now have incorporated Hulu into it too.
Oh yeah. So that's money right there.
Yeah.
So that's how you do it. It's like, they know, okay, we're going to tap out on how many people that are subscribed to our things. So let's just make it to where we can keep that sustainability every month, right, which is what you should do. And like you said, Netflix is just like, no, we got to keep growth. And I'm like, there's no growth. You've tapped out. There's like how many billion people on the planet?
Right. And that's it. So some years your numbers are going to go down. Some years they might go back up, and then they might go back down again, because that's how the shit works. Oh yeah, by the way, like a few million people died of COVID, right? You ain't getting them subscribers back, dog.
What, AI is going to do it? Oh shit, I just gave him an idea.
Don't get me started. Don't get me started.
You son of a bitch.
It's like, but that's it's just, I just think it's weird that like everybody is not understanding that. And look, we all are going to love a corporation to a degree because they're giving us good stuff, but there has to be a line where you have to stop yourself and really examine it. So the amount of people that were really cop and please for Hasbro, it's like, bro, like you have to know they've been fucking up. Like,
if they
I love the Lightning Collection too, but they fucked up. Like, come on,
bro.
Man. Like,
if they have your Mima tied up, we will rescue her. Please get off your knees.
Blink
have
twice.
Some fucking dignity.
Blink
Stand.
twice.
You're a human being. You're entitled to dignity and respect. Please.
These corporations are not coming to your house for Thanksgiving or Christmas.
Bro, Chris Cox is not inviting you to the yacht party, bro.
Chris Cox will punch you in the face before he'll shake your hand. I'm just saying, like, it's just.
He'll hit you with that damn regular show gift when he does the Macarena to get away from the Flyers, bro.
But this is why I sit there and say, like, when people sit there and go at companies, it's like, look, don't blame the community managers. They're doing their jobs, right?
Yeah.
Go after the people like Chris
Those
Cox.
Are grunts.
Yeah, they're grunts.
Exactly.
These are the people. This is why I was telling folks, when you go to San Diego Comic-Con, don't yell at those Hasbro folks. Those are the community managers. They're just doing their job. That's why when I asked the guy last year, I was like, hey, so what's up with the Power Axe and the Power Bow? He was like, well, off the record, they're on hold because, I was like, you know what? I understand. Thank you. I appreciate that. Because even he had the look of like, look, man, I was like, no, I ain't yelling at you. I'm just trying to understand what's going on. Because I know he's probably been catching hell. I know he's been catching hell for a lot of folks, online and off. So it's like, no, go for the corporate higher ups like Peacock over here. Like, they're the ones that's making these decisions, and the grunts are paying the price for it. Every time. So it's like, and that's why I was kind of like angry at that quarterly report where it was like, well, we didn't really meet our thresholds. You didn't put out anything.
You didn't put anything. Like,
do anything.
And had the nerve to put that Cosmic Fury Morpher out for $30.
And I will never to this day forget when they did that damn live stream when they tried to sneak in. Oh, and this is our Morphin for our kids line. Where's it said on the package? Where is that on the? Because you put that out like it's the collector's line. You put that in the same scale.
Bear in mind, the Beast Morpher. They never said it was for kids. Ironically, right? Ironically, they never said it was
weird,
for kids.
Ain't it? Isn't that weird?
Right?
Isn't that weird?
But now Cosmic Fury is for kids. Ooh.
Oh, it's the kids Morpher. Really?
Even Dino Fury, they never said it was for kids. Never said
Dino Fury didn't say that shit. They just said this is the Morpher.
This is the Morpher. That's it. It's like, all right, cool.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
It's called lower expectations, Rob. It's like, hey, we know it's shitty, so we're just gonna tell you it's for kids to lessen the blow.
My thing is, don't piss in my mouth and say it's lemonade. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
That's actually a good quote. Just don't insult my intelligence, right?
Look, I say this all the time. You can think I'm dumb, just don't fucking talk to me like I'm dumb. You know what I mean?
I'd rather you just look. I think it might have been Chris Rock or whatever. It's like, if you're gonna fuck me, just tell me you're fucking me. All right, I can just tell me. All right, just let me know. Look, we joke all the time in the fandom. P Bandai knows they're fucking us day in and day out. They know they are.
Yeah.
I bring this up all the time. At least when I know when Bandai's fucking me over, I'm getting a dinner in the movie.
Thank you.
Hasbro just drags me out behind the dumpster. No lube.
It's like, yo, we hate. Look, it is universal. Anybody can quote this. If you watch this after this,
if you look in our group chat, we do nothing but shit talk Bandai.
Every corner of the internet, whether it's Twitter, Facebook, we all universally always look at P Bandai and give them the middle finger. But at the same time, we'll go to the site and be like, well, what do they got up? What can I buy? That's how that is the relationship that we have with Bandai. It's like
right now, I'm mad as fuck. Why the fuck is Kamen Rider X a Bandai exclusive? Why is that Seo? Why the fuck is Kamen Rider V3 one of the most popular fucking Kamen Riders? Why was his Seo figure out an exclusive? What the fuck are you doing, Bandai?
But also turn around, probably be like, but how much is it?
But let me check on the site real quick.
Thank you. Right? You know what I mean? That is the relationship. That is our relationship. It is an abusive relationship, but it's like it's not really abusive, if that makes sense. It's like
I said, Bandai's that dude in the corner with the fedora going, but baby, I love you.
all right, you got me. Fuck.
But baby, don't leave me. I love you, baby. Please. I can change, baby. Baby, please.
All right, I give you a shot. You're giving me G Gundam Gunpla. All right, fuck. All right, got you. Like, I'm still mad.
They come out.
I am
with a new
mad.
Spiegel Gundam. I gotta get it, bro. I'm sorry.
I am mad. Look, I got both Rose and I got the Maxter Gundam off of P Bandai, and at the same time, I'm like, I could make this a regular release. I gotta go through P Bandai, and yet, when my old boy with the Dragon Gundam comes out, I'm gonna buy it on P Bandai.
Right there.
That's just what it is.
Same
with the Bulk Gundam. Same with all the other ones. It's like,
but at least with P Bandai, we know where we fucking stand. Everything's up fucking front.
And that's all we want. That's all we want as toy collectors. Where do we stand with you so we know where to draw the line to saying? And Hasbro, unfortunately, they haven't drawn that line to saying where we can at least compromise something out of it. Like you brought up, Sean, with Playmates. It's like, okay, we know what Playmates is about.
Yep.
So we know where we stand at with them. So it's like, all right, cool. I know where you stand at. Cool, fine. And it's just we don't got that with Hasbro, and I think that's probably the deeper end of the frustration.
Right. And that's like you said, that's the whole thing. Like Playmates, you know where they stand. Mattel, you know where they stand. And they're gonna let you know every single time.
More He-Man.
Yeah. Here's the He-Man. Oh, yeah, you like that Origins line? We're not putting that in stores anymore because we've got 3 different He-Man brands in the store. No, we're cutting back on that. Origins is now just Mattel Creations exclusive only. I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. But I get it. Fine. But Mattel will tell you where they stand. Spin Master will tell you where they fucking stand.
Thank you, right?
Okay? Spin Master's like, listen, this is supposed to be for kids.
Specific.
Will tell you where they stand. And the thing is, it took them 20 years to finally learn how to make some good figures. But guess what? They can do it now.
Hey,
because
better late than never.
You know, like it's late. It was late. Because like you go back and you look at them old WWF, WWE figures.
The
I got a
Farouk
right here. Okay, I got a Farouk right here. Okay, it is Jane Key. Okay, so but like,
Hey,
Jax,
I got. Hey, when Jax came out with that Comic-Con exclusive Shockmaster, that shit was perfection.
See, but by the time they got to that, era in making figures, they finally understood the assignment. Okay, they finally understood the assignment. Like, they stopped looking at 90s Image comics and was just like, oh,
That's what about. Actually, you know what? They took a page from Todd McFarlane. Todd McFarlane, because somebody, I think that's when he explained why he made McFarlane toys. He was like, "No, we can make figures better. We can just photocopy the image of the character and just make it like that. That's all you gotta do. Just make it like that. It's not that hard."
And then, like, you know, and even his their toys, that line's come a long way. Like, all that stuff's come a long way. It's like, but once again, you know where you stand with McFarlane toys too. Okay, you know where
you're paying. You know why you're paying exorbitant amounts of money for a Spawn figure, because it's like, well, Todd McFarlane had a hand in that shit, so makes sense. Makes perfect sense. So
here's your daily Spawn fee. Thank you. You know, and that's like, that's just what it is.
How's the movie, Todd? How's the movie coming, Todd? Thanks. Cool.
We
Todd.
don't talk about the movie. We don't talk about the movie.
So yeah, but like, all these, like, for the most part, you know where you stand with these other toy companies. You know what I mean? Because that's just how it is. Like, you know where you stand with them. You know, but like, the Hasbro stuff is weird because, like, the only thing I see from Hasbro is hey, we're just going to up the prices.
The price of the brick went up, and it's like, what?
Yeah. And I'm just like, listen, bro, you can't charge $20 for a 3 3/4 inch multi-articulated figure and think that's okay.
It is a miracle that giant man is actually at a decent price. I'm shocked. I am shocked.
Especially what kills me about, like, the later Lightning Collection line. I'm just like, you know, I might as well just put the extra $20 and get the goddamn fig art. Like, why would I?
Yeah.
The fact that the Alien Rangers came out as good as they did is a miracle.
And that set wasn't perfect. It
wasn't perfect, but the fact that it even came out, it's like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
And it kind of felt like it was a here, damn, shut up kind of thing.
It really is.
Yeah. Yes. Like, looking like
shit.
Yeah, looking at it, it's just like, when you take it out of the package, it's just like literally Hasbro put a note in there, said, "Fine,
we did it. All right,
goddamn Ninja Mermaids, motherfucker."
You know, but even then, like, it was a thing of how hard was that to actually acquire? Because, you know, you had to go, if you went through the Hasbro Pulse site, hey, and pre-orders are a hot mess. Okay, but then if you wait about a year, you know, oh, here's Amazon. Yo, man, you know, Hasbro just shipped us 375 boxes of these, and so we're gonna just $40,
like $65.
Yeah, 65 at 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock we'll have a $39.95 special, and then it'll go back up at $405. Okay. And that's it, you know. Like,
there are certain sets of Lightning collections that I'm surprised finished. Like, I'm still to this day shocked that Lost Galaxy actually has an actual set.
Right.
I am shocked. Like, Zeo, I knew they were going to finish that set out. That's still kind of MMPR ish. So, but Lost Galaxy, I was like, shit, they actually finished it.
My bar was so low. I just wanted Forever Red, and they couldn't even give me that.
They can't even do that. Nope.
Did they finish Beast Morphers?
They couldn't even do that.
Did they finish Beast Morphers?
No.
They gave us a Yellow Ranger, but they didn't give us a silver. No silver. Yeah, no silver. That's
no silver.
Man. That's SPD.
I'm actually shocked that
SPD they finished. Yeah, they did finish SPD.
Technically, they didn't finish Dino Charges. We didn't get the rest of them.
Right.
We didn't get silver, and we didn't get cyan and gray. So technically, and purple. So technically,
they didn't finish Samurai.
Nope.
They didn't start Samurai, did they?
They did one. I think
they did. I think 1 or 2.
1 or 2.
Okay.
Yeah. They did.
Didn't do Lightspeed.
They did 1 turbo. They did do Lightspeed. Remember, they did.
I said they didn't finish. They did Chad. They did blue and yellow, didn't it? Blue and yellow? Was it blue and yellow?
Blue. Yeah, blue. Chad was the recent one. They did blue. They did Titanium Ranger, I think.
If they did Titanium Ranger, I would have Titanium Ranger. I would be matter of fact. They did Titanium Ranger. I would have a wall right behind me right now.
Phantom Ranger. So that makes
Yeah.
3 Turbo figures that they did. I don't think they finished Turbo.
Yeah, they did
No,
two. They did 2 Phantom Rangers. They did like a regular, and then they did the invisible.
Clear. Yeah, the
And
invisible.
then they did
one.
what? They did the white one too.
No, it was invisible. Yeah, it was invisible.
Yeah,
invisible was clear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
was
No, I thought they
Yeah,
did the black, clear, and white. I thought the white and gold was like an exclusive somewhere.
The white and gold, that was from like the Boom comic.
Yeah.
And they didn't do that. I don't think they did that.
I thought they did. My bad. I thought they did.
You know, but no, they made sure to give us those Karate Kid Power Ranger mashups though.
You want a Cobra Kai Putty Patrol? I know you all do.
Listen, I will admit though, the Cobra Kai Putty Patrol is kind of cool because it kind of looks like a villain that Kamen Rider would fight. And or those pumpkin head special putty patrols he had. Yes. Like I'm good. I'm good. I was good with the only thing from Cobra Kai, the Cobra Kai Power Rangers mashup was that. That was it.
I bought the Shredder Green Ranger out of the fact that I liked the design of it, but that was it.
My thing is like, why couldn't you just do the special release of regular Putty Patrols that were in the show? Like, how come we never got the Commander Putty Patroller?
Why didn't we get the football ones?
Right.
Why didn't we get the like I say, the skeleton ones like they did, or like
the skeleton ones? That was the dopest design for the Putty Patrollers, easily, man.
Oh yeah.
Like yeah. I mean, as much as cool as I thought it was, who out here in the streets really wanted a goddamn?
Oh, you froze up.
Oh, I said as much as I liked it, who in the streets was demanding a putrid?
Right.
Yeah.
Anyone?
Yeah. They finished. They finished in space easily. Yeah, they finished in space. That was they did more within space more than anything else. Which is the fact that they actually did the whole Cycle Rangers. I was like, including Cycle Silver. I was like, that's wow. Okay, shit.
Like they even made all the metallic.
Well, you knew that was coming. Come on now.
Oh yeah, because
you got to quadruple dip in MMPR in some way, shape, or form. You got to give us all the Ninjetti. You got to give us the Metallic Rangers. You got to give us the Season 2 Rangers because Adam, Rocky, and Aisha.
Re-release
and a White Ranger. And a White Ranger. You got to give us the OG6, including Tommy having 2 different versions of the Green Ranger, one with the ponytail and one with the bandana.
Yep.
I think JDF has his own Fighting Spirit line of Lightning Collection figures, if you really think about it.
Yeah, he does.
Because did they finish? Yeah, they finished Dino Thunder, right?
Yes, I'm looking at them all right now.
Okay, they did Dino. Yeah, they finished Dino Thunder. They finished SPD technically, because they were supposed to do a Cat Manx that was supposedly like in the pipeline. So that clearly ain't happening. No Ninja Storm. No Mystic Force, no Operation Overdrive, no Jungle Fury.
I'm so mad. I bought all your fucking figures, Hasbro. Where's my goddamn white Mystic Ranger?
Yeah. That's a tee up.
Where's my Korag, you sons of bitches?
I'm really shocked.
Oh, no, I don't get that. I get.
Hold on, shocked to what?
I'm shocked that we got Mesogod.
Oh man, dude, we got 2 different versions of Ecliptor. I was shocked on that one. They gave us the red Ecliptor, and I was like, "Oh, I gotta buy this one."
And that Mesogod,
two different versions of Astronomer.
And that Mesogod is easily top 10 on the line. Best figure. It's amazing. So good.
Finster is dope too.
Finster's amazing as well.
Yes.
The Tangus are good.
Yeah, we kind of missed No Squat and Babu. Yeah, that should have been an easy layup
right
there.
That's a layup. How do you
gonna give us Scorpina?
Hold on.
Did they gave us? Okay, they gave. Okay, I was like, I knew
they gave us. It came with Aisha. It was came with Aisha.
But again, that goes into like
the Japanese actress. She was posting on Twitter when she got her figure. She was so excited. She was so happy. So happy.
You know what? That's the other thing. That's the other thing that kind of disappointed me in a way, in the sense of like, you had a Lightning Collection figures and you couldn't do the QA. And seeing the Ranger actors actually happy that they did good with the faces, give or take some of them, they had to redo. I'm looking at Walter Jones.
Poor Steve. Poor Steve.
Steve Cardenas, they had to redo his because I think he had one for Rocky for Red Ranger and he had one for Zeo Blue. And wasn't like the Zeo Blue the better one compared to the Rocky one?
Yeah, Zeo Blue was a lot better. It's a lot better.
Walter, they had to change up because the one they gave him for his season 2 one was looking a little jank. But then they gave him the one with the braids, and it's like, all right, that's better. That's better. So, you know, but it's just the actors being it's just that's why I'm just frustrated, because it's like you had something and you just kneecapped yourself just like that. And you know, it's a shame. It's a shame. But yeah, we just wanted to do this just to kind of do this so that way next, if me and Prime can get through it, we can do B Fighter next week if you're up for it.
Yeah, I have to burn through it because I haven't started.
That don't matter. I can burn through it too. I got a whole weekend of doing Toku shit this whole weekend, so I can definitely do it easily.
Yeah, I plan to get caught up on Boom Boom during Gachard this weekend.
Yeah, I need to catch up on Gachard because yeah, Gachard is looking pretty good. I know a lot of people are like throwing so much hate at Legend. Copyright Legend, which I get because it does feel like kind of like, so we're just doing Decade but gold. Gotcha.
Sure.
Sure. Like, I'm not mad at it, but at the same time, I'm like, all right, I guess. Sure. Like, so but yeah, man, I appreciate Sean for you joining in on this, man. This has been fun and informative. Not as rage inducing as we thought, but we still got our point across.
You know, we luckily we stayed away from the from like the Zord collection. You know, we stayed away from the Zord collection, and then the random Zeo Zord that got released that like was selling for like $100+. Entertainment Earth one day was like, yeah, man, you want it for 45? You want it for 45?
They really did. Entertainment Earth will do something like, yeah, so you want this thing that we got over here now? Because we're kind of dead stocking it at this point.
Yeah, it's just like if you want it, bro, here it is. And like I copped one for like for 45. I was like, this is nice, you know, it's a nice looking Zord. But I'm like,
was that the Zord Ascension one or
no? It wasn't a Zord Ascension one.
Oh, okay.
It was not. It was not part of the Zord Ascension project. So like once again, weird. Like you do this like standalone Zeo Zord. But then you do the Ascensions, the Sword Ascension project with, one for the Megazord from Power Rangers in Space, and the Astro Megazord, and then you also do Mighty Morphin, Megazord, and the Dragon Zord. It just like it. None of it made sense.
Mixed messaging.
Yes, constant. But no. Thank you for having me on the show, y'all. You know, I appreciate y'all, and I appreciate being on the show. You know, like I said, I know we all frustrated. You know, we all frustrated because being Power Rangers fans, it's a franchise that's been around for 30 years, and like we see the potential. We see the potential. We see the potential, and it's never reached its maximum potential. Because
it's always in the hands of someone who doesn't understand it and doesn't care about it and only sees dollar signs and not the potential to foster in the long run. They just want that immediate dollar, but not that overtime dollar.
Which, to be fair, I always tell this to folks. Yes, the purpose of a corporation of business is to make money. So don't get it. Don't make the mistake this as, oh, you guys just don't want them to make money. No. We understand that, corporations got to make money. It's just.
And here's my thing. I want to give you my money. Give me product.
It's like, I want to give you my money.
That's how this works.
It should be a point. Look, I felt like the funniest thing that happened in toy collecting was when companies started doing you could do a payment plan. I thought that was them finally saying, we want your money by hook or crook.
Right.
And the fact that Hasbro can't take advantage of that, I'm like, man, y'all really just don't like taking money.
And this is where me and the corporal is going to always disagree. What they want is they just want my money and they don't want to give me anything for it. They don't want to put any effort into it.
Right.
That's not how that works, motherfucker. Y'all are reaping all the benefits of capitalism. Give me the one positive I get. Give me a product. Let me vote with my fucking wallet. Make good product. You get my money. That's how this works. You don't just get my money because you're a corporal, because you just have a quote brand that I like. That's not how that works.
This is how P Bandai is still thriving, because they know we want your money.
Yep.
You're gonna complain, but we're gonna get your money.
Mm-hmm. And when you get your product, you will be pleased with the product. You know, you didn't like the price you paid for it, but the quality control is there.
You're happy, right?
And you're happy. Quality control is key. It's key. Like, listen, I found like a Blue Centurion. It was Because like I'll flip through all types of sites, and like there's a period of time for like 3 months that like shopgoodwill.com, because they always have their auctions, because like, now they realize, hey, people drop off stuff, and if we notice that this is something that's actually worth money, we'll put it on here.
Yeah.
Well, there was a period of time for 3 months where literally there were 50 Silver and Space Rangers with the bike, with Lightning Collection, 50 of them joints.
What?
And like it's like some type of like reseller or wholesaler just like dropped them off there or whatever. And there's 50 of them joints. And it was the same with Blue Centurion, right? So I was just like, so I got a Blue Centurion with shipping for like $18. And so like the Blue Centurion comes with the bike and the Blue Centurion or whatnot. I literally opened up the package, picked up the Blue Centurion, and literally held the head, and like the whole thing just shook like a snake. Like it couldn't stand up. It could not stand up.
That's crazy.
It could not stand up, And I was just like, the quality control is so bad. Like, you don't have these issues with G.I. Joe Classified.
No, those figures are excellent. They're immaculate. They're amazing. Some of the best figures you can buy on the market right now.
Lost Galaxy Green had the M&PR boots on one of the shoes, and I remember somebody was like, "Well, this is weird." And at first, I think everybody assumed it was an anomaly, but turns out there was other Lost Galaxy Greens that had the same thing. And I'm like, wow.
And did you see that dude who was like, oh, well, that happens. It shouldn't. What the fuck are you saying,
if it
bro?
happens, it should be just one figure. That's really all it should.
Not all of them.
Yeah, it should be like a point. It really should be like 0.01% of figures that have it, not like 5% of figures. Like that's terrible.
That's a problem. That's bad. You see how that's bad, right? You understand why that's bad, right, bro?
Right.
Like
again, get off your knees, bro. Have some fucking dignity. Stand up, motherfucker. Look, I will praise Satan before I praise the corporation. Y'all got me fucked up. All right?
That says a lot. All hail Satan. That says a lot. That says a lot.
No, fuck, I will praise Satan before I ever say something positive about the corporation. Y'all got me fucked up.
But yeah, next time around, we're going to be talking about B Fighter. I think I watched 10 of the episodes and stuff. I love it.
That opening is a banger.
I love it.
I
love it. I think there's something to be said. I think that's what's been making me enjoy. Like I watched I finally finished up Black RX, and I think that's what makes it interesting. That when you watched Mass Rider as a kid, and I've seen Black RX in bits and pieces online back during the early days of YouTube when they were throwing up those episodes and stuff. So to watch all of Black RX, and I'm like, so that's how the pieces fit together on all these fights. I like this. This is great, and him fighting Drebin at the end of Black RX. I'm like, we couldn't get this in Mass Rider? The fuck?
Nope. Hey man, it was all about Furbus. It was Furbus, baby.
Furbus.
The Furbus factor.
And the 16-year-old mom. What are you talking about?
It's terrible.
I mean, why I didn't cast the motherfuckers. Why y'all laughing at what the fuck?
No, I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you.
Look, to be fair to Saban, he actually nailed the sitcom prototype before all the other shows did. Fat white guy.
So you say Dan Harmon was in the background was like, hold on now.
We got fat white guy and hot wife. The prototype was right there. Right. I think Saban is owed money from Kings of Queens and all these other shows. That's all I'm saying.
The CBS exec saw that and was like, that's it.
We got it.
Do you wonder if there's anybody in the writer's room going, so the mom and dad in Black RX, I'm just saying. I mean, if we want to get some steaks, I'm just saying, bro.
Sometimes you gotta dangle a kid off a bridge.
Just toss him out the window. It works in Ultraman. What do you mean?
This is why they would never get away with doing that shit in America. Like, so in this new Power Rangers show, a kid got thrown off a bridge. I mean, they saved him, but like he just got yeeted off a bridge. That's kind of crazy, ain't it? That's Toku Sorry.
That's
I mean,
Toku,
you gotta teach
dog.
the kids. Gotta teach the kids early, man. Anybody's
right.
free game, bro.
That's right.
No one is safe.
Hey, early
No.
MVPR with Bulk and Skull hanging off the cliff on a bus. I was like, that's some Toku shit right there.
Right.
We don't question why they're driving the bus. They're just on the bus.
On the bus. Yep. Anybody can get in Toku. Anybody can get got at any given time. It don't matter. Period.
I think that's one of the things I respect most about Ultraman. Because anybody from man, woman, child, dog, you all free game, baby.
You old man, you getting punched in the face.
Yep.
Everybody getting murked. What was that episode? Was it Return to Ultraman when that kid got crushed by a bridge in the first like 5 minutes of an episode? Like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah.
Like, yo.
That was some dark ass shit. Like, yo, like, hey, what are we doing here? The kids. Like, nah, you bridge.
No,
it's happening.
Consequences.
Or was it that Ultraman Tower episode when the dad and mom went to work and got crushed and left the 8 kids at home by themselves? The orphan.
Hey, look,
heavy shit, man. It's a nasty world, man.
To bring it full circle
to
us being seed apologists. I'm sorry. That was some gruesome shit to show Shin's family getting killed in Orb at the end of Seed Destiny. I was like, yo, I didn't need to see that, but that's like, wow.
Here's when I know I was a horrible person, because when the scene cut and it showed his sister's arm on the ground, I just burst out laughing because how it was shot. I'm a horrible person. I'm sorry. I'm not a good person at all.
When shows try to splice the show that they're like, it's part of like the continuity of one show, right? Sometimes it's done in jank ways. I liked how Seed Destiny did it because it was like the production value of this is actually pretty good. This actually tracks. Oh my God, they got killed. Huh. They wow.
You can get murked at any time.
Like Brian said, the hand. I wasn't laughing, but I was like, huh.
Do you remember though? Because when it showed the hand, Shin falls to his knees and Walmart starts screaming. Then it smash cuts to the fucking Team Revolution opening. I'm sorry. I lost my shit, bro. I was crying. Tears in my eyes when I was laughing.
That is
funny.
Look, that is peak anime. Again, JoJo does that shit. Somebody gets killed. No! Boom, it cuts to Jodeci. It's like, yo, like you can't do that, but you can do that. It's like,
I mean,
man got gunned down 5 times. Like, you can't just jump cut to happy music. It's like,
no, not just happy music. They cut to, pardon my French, they cut to fucking music because they play
it's fucking music. It's like, all right, cool. Look, we're anime apologists. That's just part of the course, but it's just funny every time. Like, you show a normie that, they're gonna look at you like, the fuck am I watching?
Right.
Like, I think my girl did that to me. We were watching Ghost in the Shell. She liked Ghost in the Shell, but there was a moment in that movie where she was like, so Chris, what am I watching again? Because they just showed her nude. I was like, she went invisible. It's a bodysuit. Just roll with it, okay? Just roll with it. It's science fiction. Just roll with it, okay? And to her credit, she rolled with it. She enjoyed it. She actually did genuinely enjoy it. So I'm glad she stuck with it. I am happy that she stuck with it. But that moment, I couldn't help but laugh. She was like, Chris, what are we watching? What is happening here? Like,
it's like, well, what is the purpose here?
What is happening here? Why am I seeing titties on the screen here? I'm like, it's anime. I could have showed worse, okay? I'm just telling you right now.
Wait till y'all watch the complete Aeon Flux.
See, I have to baby step her to that point. Okay. Like she watched it my birthday weekend for me, and she enjoyed it. So I was like, yo, I can't just show her like Gunsmith Cats, because there was a lot of fan servicey shit popping off in that OAV that she would have been like, what?
Like, turn this shit off.
Turn it off right now. I'm going to bed. Oh man, but anyways, folks, that is more for Metacast. We will be back for some B Fighter, so we hope you have a good time. Peace out.
Auf Wiedersehen, dudes.
Peace.
StreamYard is